Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this video, I've just woken up my cat, unfortunately, but we are here for the match between Wales and Argentina. I realized that I scheduled this broadcast to start tomorrow at this time, so I messed up a little bit there, but nonetheless, we are going to be watching this game between Argentina and also Wales. Now, Argentina, they were going to be doing a bit of a South American tour, but unfortunately, due to COVID, it does now mean that had to be cancelled, but we are here for this match up against them and Wales. And Wales, they played Canada last week, had a good performance there as well. I do appreciate you all being here. We've got Mr. R. Kelly's. We've also got Smithy Toilet, Michael Jenkins as well, and Tian all here ready to go for this match between Argentina and Wales. It is going to be a home game for Wales, so hopefully it will be a good performance there as well. But I will mention, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. We've had a huge amount of support over the last little while as well, but nonetheless, I think we are going to be sitting around 8 minutes away from kickoff. I haven't actually had a chance to look at the lineups. We have had a few technical difficulties leading up to this. What's up, brother? Says Maxie. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Good to see you once again. But at this stage, it's looking like they've got a little bit of a crowd there. Wales making their way out onto the field at the moment. I will put the lineups up on the screen for you guys so you can see exactly who is going to be out there, starting with Wales, the home side. Now, looking at that, now I always say it wrong. Is it Jonathan Davis or Jonathan Davies? I feel like that is one of my biggest worries for this lineup. But other than that, they have got a lot of young talent. Of course, a few of those other players away with the British and Irish Lions in South Africa. And some of them are going to be playing a little bit later on tonight in New Zealand time. That is going to be up against the Sharks. The rematch, of course, a little bit of a muddle there as well. But looking at this Wales side, I feel like last week they had a pretty good showing up against Canada. Argentina, they played Romania last. So it's going to be interesting to see the levels that both of these sides are sitting at the moment. Then this is the lineup for Argentina. I'm noticing a couple of those players, the likes of Tomas Kubeli. He was in Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. We have got Cooper Media. Welcome back, mate. We aren't eating volcanoes at this time of night for this one, but we are still here for this game. I feel like only he will remember that reference, but it was from a very old live stream. It was actually the Rainbow Cup not the Rainbow Cup, the Autumn Nations Cup, way back in 2020, I was eating volcanoes and Pringles late at night, and who knew that was going to become kind of an early time for me now with my schedule. Have you been watching the Lion series? I have indeed. I have been live streaming a lot of those games. I did try and watch the Springboks versus Georgia, but unfortunately Sky said that they were going to have it on and then decided not to show it, which does always make it a little bit more difficult to be able to watch it. But at this stage, both sides have made their way out onto the field. I believe we are about to have the national anthems, and then we will be ready to go. But first, I will show you guys the benches as well for these two sides. Another player who was in Super Rugby Trans-Tasman is Domingo Miotti, playing for the Western Force, both of those guys. Then they've also got the likes of Medrano, Lavanini, Alemano. They've got a pretty strong bench here, the Pumas. So they'll be hoping that they can have an impact late in this match as well. But I will quickly make a scoreboard as well for this match. Do let me know your score predictions in the chat as well. And I feel like for me here, it's a hard one. Argentina, they had a decent performance up against Romania, but some would say that it was probably a little bit too close for comfort in that regard. So we will put up that scoreboard as well so that we are ready to go once this match does kick off. We have also got in the chat as well, I remember that, and also we have got Juti and Cousin, and also we have got Assassin's Hunter has said hello. How's it going? Thank you for the commentary of the All Blacks versus Fiji game. Really appreciate it. No worries, mate. I absolutely love doing these live streams to be able to chat away with you guys in the chat. It's not just about the games that we're watching. It's about kind of watching them with you guys as well. We have got Smithy Toilet a little bit earlier on said, Kiwi lads, glad you're streaming, brother. And it is going to be good to see you back as well. And also Michael said, welcome to everyone listening to Wales. Hope you enjoy the game. A special welcome to Hamish listening to your commentary this morning. Good job. Enjoy the game. Thank you very much, mate. As well, it's going to be an awesome matchup. I feel like this young Welsh side have a lot to prove up against the likes of the Pumas. We know how physicality can affect a game. We saw it in that match between the All Blacks and also Fiji. We saw that physicality of the All Blacks was actually almost out-muscled by Fiji in that regard. So it's going to be exciting to see how this one goes as well. But yeah, we have also got David in the chat. Said, g'day, mate. Welcome into the live stream once again, mate. It is good to see you, the volcanoes, and you had a Pringle and I didn't eat it for the whole second half. That is true. Yeah, that was impressive stuff back there. That was content and a half back when Hamish was still a young streamer. That was about a month or so into me starting to talk on video. So I just sat there with a Pringle the whole time. But yeah, I will quickly message someone back. We might have someone on for a halftime interview type arrangement or halftime chat as well. But at this stage, the Welsh side are singing their national anthem with pride, and they will be hoping that they can be the side that get the win here up against a strong Pumas lineup. I'm excited. This should be a good match. I feel like I may not know some of these players as well as I should, but I feel like it's still about that learning curve as well. Hello, Wales forever as well, says Batman. What is your score prediction for this one, mate? Do let me know. At this stage, we have got the national anthem of the Pumas as well. It's been a long time since I've heard this. I believe the last time I watched a game at the start with the Pumas national anthem, they would have been playing the Wallabies, drawing with them as well. But at this stage now, it is just a start. Go Wales as well, says Dan. And also 23-16 to the Pumas, says Smithy Toilet. So it's going to be a close one. Wales by 7. So it is actually the same. Is it the same scoreline as Batman's? Do let me know. Or is the same scoreline as Smithy, sorry, and go Wales, says Escaroy. And also, if you can defeat the ABs, you can defeat them all, says Smithy Toilet. That is a good point. They did beat the All Blacks in the Tri-Nations. I'm looking forward to the Rugby Championship. Every time I see the individual sides playing their kind of international fixtures, just makes me more and more hype for it. Argentina will win all the best Welsh players at the Lions tour as well, says Ian Watson. That's a good point. They are missing quite a few of their players. Also missing Lee Halfpenny. That was heartbreaking to see him go down in the almost first minute, first carry for the man in the game up against Canada. I was watching, and it's like story. I've got a smile on my face because of the kind of ironic side of it. When I did say that, I was like to my mum, she was next to me, and I said to her, "Watch this, Lee Halfpenny, 100th game, he's going to have a good match here." And then first carry, he actually ended up getting injured, and I was like, "Oh no, I've done that." I felt bad. I almost wrote him a letter. That's how bad I felt about it. We've also got in there Argentina 44, or Wales 44, Argentina 24 scoreline, says Assassin's Hunter. And also Ian Watson, I disagree with you. This will be a fight as well, says Batman. And we have also got in there, if the Argies play like they did against Romania, then the Welsh are thrashing them. That's the thing. They had a close game with Romania, only winning it by about 7 points. They are showing the starting lineup of Argentina once again. I will do the same for you guys. But looking through them, the one that you can't see is the man in the number 15 jersey, who will be coming up in a very short moment. But Thomas Kubeli, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Pablo Matera signing for the Crusaders. It is Juan Cruz Malia, who would be at 15 for this one. For anyone who is wondering, I will quickly try and get a thingamabob up, one of the lineups, purely because of the fact that other than these little pop-ups that I've got, I don't actually have the lineups in front of me, which is unfortunate. Normally I have it on a big spreadsheet, but that is the side of Wales as well. We'll quickly hide that so you guys can see the whole side there. But we will get some lineups up, and then we will be ready to go for this matchup. But I'm excited. Who do you guys think is going to be the first try scorer? I always ask that question. I am keen to see what you guys say for it as well. But nonetheless, we are quickly going to be putting this up, and we will be ready to go. Tell you what, Lee Halfpenny, I wish he was still playing this game, but of course, with that injury, was pretty rough for the man. Jonathan Davies or Davis? I don't think I ended up getting an answer in the end, but is it Davies or Davis? I feel like I say both, and both times I feel like I'm saying it wrong, unfortunately. But at this stage now, I've kind of got the lineup, so I might actually get a better one than that while we are waiting for kickoff to get underway in a very short moment as well. We have also got in there, does anybody remember Argentine tennis player Gabriela Sabatini? God, she was and still is so hot. I haven't heard the name, but I feel like now there's going to be everyone in the chat looking that up. Wales 44-0, says Tian as well. That is a big scoreline, and that is a very one-sided scoreline in that regard as well. So we have to wait and see if that is the case. My cat is waking up as well. Hamish would like to say Pryhorn, Bob O Gumru. Translated, it's good afternoon from Wales. Good luck with that as well. I feel like I was a mile off there, but Matthew Carley can say that name, and he is going to be the man who is in charge with the whistle in hand here. And also we have got Tian has said that 44-0, and then it's quite like a theme. They defeat the best team, yet they are quite beatable if they're able to stay consistent with their performances. It's that kind of case. Oh, that is the kickoff right now. I will quickly put my scoreboard up, and then we will go back to the chat in a very short moment. But this match between Los Pumas and Wales is now underway, and it's going to be Wales who have got this ball in hand, getting their first carry of this one now. Going to be Kira Hardy, I believe the name is, if I'm not wrong. Or Kieran Hardy, I called him Kira, I feel bad. But now it's going to be Juan Cruz Malia running straight at the front row for Wales. And the chat is going quick at the moment. I will try my best to read all of it as I can. But at this stage, The Pumas on the halfway line. Thomas Kubeli goes back to Sanchez, goes flat, and I'm not sure who that is, but he has got a whole heap of strapping on his face. I think it's the number 4, which in this one is actually, I think it's Guido Petty, if I'm not wrong. Has got a whole heap of almost a kind of holding the nose in place for Guido Petty in the number 4 jersey. That is not ideal. Not sure what's happened to his face. Can someone please let me know what he did in terms of, did he break his nose or something along those lines? But it doesn't look too comfortable with that. It's going to be a penalty straight away for not rolling away against Wales. We have also got in there Mr. Kiwi. Keep an eye on Tane Basham and also Will Rowland. Same with Ben Carter and Garth Thompson on the bench as well. I will be sure to keep an eye out for those players. That's the thing. A lot of these young Welsh players, you guys will have a lot more information and knowledge on them than I do. I am kind of I guess you could say, a beginner viewer that does try and do the commentary, which is probably an interesting combination. But at this stage, it is going to be Wales who have got the line-out throw just outside of the 22. Julian Montoya going to be throwing it. What channel is it on? Says Lubin. At this stage, I am watching it on Sky Sport 1 in New Zealand. So I'm not sure whether that's the same in other countries. But, Nicolas Sanchez almost ended up punting Elliot D in the head there. But now it's going to be Wales with the ball just inside of their 22. Jonathan Davis there has the carry. See, they call him Davis, but I've heard people say that I should call him Davies. So I feel like I'm still split in that regard, but Wales have this ball just on their own 22 at the moment. And at this stage, it doesn't seem like they're going to be kicking the ball anytime out soon. I will try my best to read all of the chat as we go as well. We have also got Davies as well, says David. So Davies, not Davis. I'm still in the middle. That's going to be kicked in behind by Juan Cruz Malia, trying to chase it down. It's going to be a lot of pressure on the man for Wales, but it is going to be in the hands of Aaron Wainwright now. That's a beautiful run up the middle from Wainwright. And he has got men on the outside. He's trying to link up with the winger, not quite able to, just run straight up the middle. Nicolas Sanchez makes the tackle there, but now Wales, it's a bounce pass now. It's going to be a wild pass from the prop there. Somehow they've got the ball in play, but it's going to be taken nicely by the man in the number 13 jersey, which in this one is Matthias Maroney, I believe, or it might have been Della Fluenza, but at this stage, this game is just going back and forth between these two sides. A little bit scrappy at this stage, but now there's a nice little back line for Argentina. Going to be kicking over behind. He's got plenty of pace as well. Going to be taken by the fullback there, which is going to be Amos. He's done the step as well. He's got plenty of toe here. The number 15 for Wales. Dragged down there, just outside of his own 22. And by the looks of it, no one's kicking the ball out yet at this stage as well. Tosoviti as well from BKR Sport. Welcome in, mate. And we have got, I like the All Blacks ST, and they did play. They played decently against Fiji. I feel like they have still got a lot of improvement to make, though, before they go into those games against the likes of the Springboks and whatnot, because I feel like that's going to be one of those games that test them. Fiji out physicality. I keep on saying out physicality them, but they did play a more physical game and it was working. Now it's going to be the man in the number 14 jersey, which in this one is Santiago Carreras. Going back now, going to be Montoya trying to drive forward here. Currently 45 metres out at this stage. The discipline so far from Wales, other than the one penalty that they have given away, hasn't been too bad in the first 4 minutes. But it is going to be what it's like in the next kind of 20 or so. Little offload almost available for Pablo Matera. But he has been tackled. And like I mentioned, going to the Crusaders next year. Going to be interesting to see how he can do. And we have got BKO, though, as well, says Mr. Achilles. And hi there, Hamish. How are you, mate? I am doing well. So sad I missed a good game. All Blacks versus Fiji. It was a very good game to watch. And that's the thing. It was going backwards and forwards between those two sides. It's going to be Kubeli kicking the ball up in the air. And I also saw the prediction was going to be going for Wales by 5. So a close match up there as well. It seems to be either 7 or 5 points is the difference that you guys think it is going to be. And I got Wales by 8. Says Novmum as well. Crazy NZ is in the chat. Welcome in, mate. And Ian Watson has said everyone has an off day. Romania was just a blimp. Pumas 21-18 as well. But this one is going to be a penalty not releasing against Argentina there after 5 minutes. Wales and Argentina both still sitting. And actually, as Argentina is the home side in terms of the scoreboard. So I have to switch mine around. I have got Wales, seeing as it is played in Wales. But by the looks of it, they have decided that it is the other way around. So I will do the same. I'll probably get someone in the chat later on saying that it should be around the other way. But for now, I will just put it that way. So Argentina and Wales there. That one has been kicked into touch by it was Wales. And fishing was good today. Got a muscle cracker and a couple of snappers and some Chad. I know the snappers. I'm not sure about the other two. But sounds like he had a pretty good day with the rod in hand. But now it is going to see. That sounded like a strange statement. But now it's going to be the number 14 now, which in this one is Jonah Holmes. I feel like this is kind of cool. I like the learning process of learning some of these young guys as well for these other sides. I know most of the Pumas, because it is almost unchanged from last year. Tell you what, that is once again going to be Guido Petti rushing up with his face mask at this stage. You got to feel bad for the man. I feel like it looks like the kind of setup you have when you have like a shattered nose or something along those lines, or a shattered orbital perhaps. That one's going to be taken beautifully by, it was Juan Cruz Malia. Now it's going to be Nicolas Sanchez round the side, 40 metres out from his own line. Now the ball bouncing out this side, and Argentina just able to hang on to this one. Whoever's got 23-16 for Smithy Doyle for that scoreline. Who's that one with the tape on his nose? It is actually Guido Petti, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but he is out there. I would have thought if you had that much strapping and whatnot, maybe you wouldn't be allowed to play for like player safety-wise, but he seems to be fine. That one has been trapped there by the number 9, which in this one is Kieran Hardy running up the middle of the field now. Wales chasing this one hard. It's going to be the man in the number 15 jersey. What a take that is. Little offload as well out the back line now. Going to be their number 13. Passes it wide. This is looking beautiful for Wales just outside of the 22. It's going to be Jonathan Davies. Now Hardy goes across. Little offload to the lock now. That was Rowland, I believe. If I'm not wrong, out the back line now. Going out to the winger. And now it's going to be kicked in behind. It's going to be a big chase there, but he has taken it nicely there. The number 14, he is under a huge amount of pressure there, but somehow they have almost kept this ball. Argentina, they are literally inches from the line, and that's going to be a penalty to Wales. And at this stage, what do you do from here? Do you take on the 3-point, or do you just go for it and take the quick tap? We haven't got go Wales. Give it up, boys. Argentina, or Fiji would beat Argentina, no cap as well. And that's the thing. I love a physical matchup, and I feel like that is one of them because of the fact you've got the likes of Pablo Matera, Marcos Crema, they all play like they're trying to actually physically hurt you and possibly end your career because they just have that much physicality to them in those games. And some of those Fijian players, that hit on McKenzie broke him in half almost. There was also another one that I can't quite remember, but they got absolutely nailed. I think it was the first try of Geordie Barrett. Every time they passed the ball out the back line, the player just got whacked. And I feel like that was why there are going to be a lot of sore bodies for both sides tomorrow when they do come back. And then they're going to have to go back next week. That's a little knock-on from Wales, not what the doctor would have been ordering there. And that means now that it is going to be, oh no, it's still a penalty to Wales. They've given another one there. So Argentina collapsing the ball is what they have been penalised for. The All Blacks is the best in the world, says Tian. I feel like, I mean, they're good at the moment, but I think they're going to still possibly need a little bit more practice heading into those games of the Tri-Nations and Bledisloe Cup, because they're finding a little bit of form in terms of the fact that they had 13 men who switched around in that starting lineup. So I feel like there is that little bit of slack that people will give them in that regard. But then those penalties, they're giving away about 13 or 15 penalties per game at the moment. And against a good side who can knock over 3-pointers every day of the week, you're going to struggle. That one is taken nicely there. Oh, it's been offloaded to Ross Moriarty, but he wasn't quite able to take it there. But Wales have been able to regather this one about 15 out from the Argentine line. And this is a 2-match series as well, which does make it even that much more exciting because we are going to get to see not just this match, but then a match afterwards. It's going to be Rowlands in the number 5 jersey driving forward. He's crawled though. So now it is going to be a penalty against him. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. I feel like at this stage, both sides just giving away penalties at almost the wrong times for them. We have got ABs versus Fiji game at the same points, was more on the edge of your seat than the ABs versus Tonga. Yeah, that's the thing. Fiji, right up until that 4 pass, were right in that match. And I feel like that 4 pass, I don't know what it did, but it kind of just took the wind out of the sails of Fiji a little bit, unfortunately. And it was a shame to see because of the fact that it did lead to that penalty and then down to the corner. But it's also one of those ones that I think Fiji next week, they will also be able to score quite a few points on the board. Like that number 6, forgotten his name now, but I feel like I shouldn't have. It was, I should know it. I was saying it all through the game. Tell you what, we're going to do something here. We're going to bring up the Fiji lineup. What was his name? It was actually Johnny Dyer and also Albert Tuisua. I'm not too sure how they said it on commentary, but it was different to how I was saying it. But yeah, he had a very good game as well. Those loose forwards bringing that physicality to the matchup. And I feel like that's exactly what everyone wanted to see. Now it's going to be a rolling maul for the Pumas here. This is what they will be wanting to see. William Montoya with the ball in hand. I can actually speak a little tiny bit of Spanish, I think it is, from last week. That is going to be now. They weren't able to get that ball out of the rolling maul, and it does lead now to Wales getting that scrum feed. But yeah, I remember doing an intro all in Spanish for one of the Argentina versus All Blacks game, but I'm not sure whether or not I can still remember the name, or I can't remember. I think it was Hola buen venido de nuevo al canal de Kiwi Lads. I think that meant like, hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi lads. Maybe. Could be completely wrong there though as well, but we have got the one with the tape on his nose. What team and number says Assassin Times? It is number 4, and it is for Argentina. So it is Guido Petti who has got that strapping on the nose, and we have got in there, by the way, Kiwi lads, who was the guy being abused to you in the Tonga and Samoa game over them not showing the game. As I says, Batman, I'm not sure what his name was. I can't remember it, but he seemed very angry at times. But then he kind of went from angry to saying that he loved us, which seems to be the common kind of, I don't know, it always happens. It seems to be, first of all, they say, like, we don't like you, and then they stay around for, like, the rest of the live stream. And by the end kind of go, oh, yeah, this isn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is weird. But we will take it. We have got Wales to beat Argentina by 14 points, says this Prislu. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but I may have said it wrong, so do let me know, because I am still struggling to pronounce a few of these Welsh names I have noticed in the past. But yeah, we have got, I'm back, says Carl Peterson, welcome back, mate. And we have got Dyer just jumps on the ruck. Frizzell ends up just watching him as well, says Philly Toilet. Yeah, Frizzell, he didn't have the best game overall, unfortunately, for him. He tried his best, which I feel like returning from injury, being thrown straight back into a starting lineup, I don't know whether I agree with that. I feel like you kind of got to ease him into it. Like, I feel like Savia will come off the bench next week rather than him just jumping in the deep end. So maybe they should have possibly done that with Frizzell as well. But Akira Ioane, I'm not sure why they didn't play him. I think they were just giving everyone some good minutes. But Will Jordan, how many tries is that man going to score this year? Because every time he touches the ball, he just gets a try almost. We've got the forward pass followed by 3 penalties for the try. Arguably, we're on the game. But maybe we should leave that discussion for a podcast of some sort. That's a good idea. BKR Sport, maybe a podcast. I feel like But we might be doing a podcast, ladies and gentlemen, possibly all around rugby. Tuisu and Dyer, 2 Fijian Drua boys, both played so well. Johnny Dyer was unreal. Yeah, that's the thing. If he's going to bring that to Super Rugby next year for Fiji Drua, like, he's going to be a hard man to say, who probably won't be. I don't know. It's one of those interesting situations. You'd think with the performance he had today, if he can back that up over and over, like, I think he could easily be one of the best in the competition in that number 6 jersey within probably the first year or so. Fiji had Geordie Barrett, Mint Pork, and Bodenhangi, what a meal as well, says Batman. And we have got Dyer just jumped on the rucks. And also, oh, well, mate, game over. As well, says Smithy Toilet. And also, Ioane's distribution game's rubbish. Is that Akira or Rico? Do let me know. But Wales now going to be lining up this kick by the looks of it. Taking on the 3 points. It is going to be Callum Sheedy who has got this opportunity. I will have to update my scoreboard. Never mind. That one didn't go over, so I'm not going to be touching that scoreboard yet. But at this stage now, it is still going to be 0-0 between these two sides. And it's going to be a 22 dropout as well. These international rules are, of course, different to the Super Rugby competitions because of Rico as well. Yeah, the timing was a little bit off. I feel like some of the guys in the back line of the All Blacks, like early on, Fiji showed that they were going to be whacking people, like tackling them as they were going to be passing it. So the draw and pass game against Tonga, it wasn't too bad because of the fact that you could still kind of get away with not getting hit too hard. But in this game, if you had that ball and you try to draw and pass, you were getting your ribcage tickled big time, and not in a good way. But now it's going to be a great run there from the number 15, Hallam Amos, getting a bit of a run there, 40 metres out from their own line, Wales as well. But now at this stage, it's going to be kicked high by the number 9, which in this one, once again, I'm having to look down as Kieran Hardy. 14 minutes into this game, still 0-0. I feel like, could it be like the Samoa Tonga game, how as soon as there's a big moment in this one, it is going to completely open up with points. Big kick in behind. Has it gone too far, though? It's inside of the area. Is it going dead? No, it's pulled up inside of the in-goal area. So now they are going to be going back for the 22 dropout once again. Big call, Fiji Drua win the Super Rugby before any of the Brumbies, Reds, Waratahs, Rebels force. They already took down the teams in the National Rugby Championship. Give them a few years. See, that's the thing. Like, some of those guys for those sides, they're just going to bring, like, next level. Like, I guess you could, I keep on saying physicality. Physicality is the word of the day at the moment. But, like, we saw, it's going to be a penalty to Argentina there, unfortunately. They did end up fumbling that one a little bit. He did get just absolutely yanked up there, whoever that was. I believe it was by Facundo Isa, as he yanked up the halfback, and then he kind of turned around to see who it was. Saw it was a big fella and went, okay, I will just walk away from this one. But at this stage, that should be a gifted 3 points here for Argentina. Tried to take the 22 quickly. Then from there, went into the hands of the number 8. Got driven backwards there. It was Wainwright, sorry, and then from there, ball got ripped away, and it is going to be now a kick at the post. We have got Guido Pitti that fell badly and severely broke his nose when diving for the try line in last week's game and had to have surgery next week. As I says, Assassin Hunter. So big question there. Why is he on the field? If he badly broke his nose, wouldn't it be player safety to not have him running around getting hit in the nose again? Because you know that others, it's one of those weird ones. Other sides aren't going to be okay, we're not going to touch his nose because we can see how badly broken it is. Some in the old days, they'd aim for that nose. That's the wrong side that I've just given points to. That's because I switched them around just before, but it is going to be Argentina 3 taking the lead in this match, and Wales going to be sitting on nil. My cat's trying to sleep behind me. He has had a big day. He was up on top of the chair earlier on, almost fell off, but luckily he was all right in that regard. That's going to be a good run, but it's been stripped from Facundo Isa now. And at this stage now, Wales have got another opportunity. And we have got Higuares. We're bloody mean in the 2009 Super Rugby. Now it's going to be a backline Davies to the hands of Amos. But he has unfortunately dropped that ball, but now it's going to be a penalty for offside at this stage. This game's going back and forth with penalties between these two. And it was Bruni who was offside there, the number 8 in this one. And at this stage, also Smithy Toilet, I worry about the Argentinian national team long-term with no Higuares. That's the thing. Where are Argentina going? I know a lot of their players are going to France, but have they got a team joining any competition at all? Because I know that recently a European rugby competition type thing with 8 teams from the likes of Russia, Georgia, Netherlands, Spain, and along those lines are all joining up. But where is Argentina going to go? That's a big question. I know a few players are signing for Super Rugby as well. Although I respect Fiji rugby, does the intense physical rugby Fiji win games because in the last 20 they got dismantled? Yeah, that's the thing. I think it was always going to be that, unfortunately, with the fact that, the All Blacks keep that tempo and it is an extremely fast one, so it does make any team that plays them struggle. And also, it's one of those ones that because of the fact they've only had a little bit of time, Fiji, I think next week they'll be a little bit better, but it may still be the same in terms of, it's kind of similar to the Crusaders in Super Rugby. They just know how to push it to the next level, the All Blacks in that last 20, and it just kind of puts other teams into that deep water. That is 3-3 now between these two sides with the kick going over there from Callum Sheedy. So now 3-3 in this one. The stage, it could be similar to the Tonga Samoa game as well, with the factor of maybe it stays at 3-3 or it has a whole heap of penalties in the first half and we don't actually see any tries until the second. And then from there, we saw a whole heap in that second half as well. We have got Fiji have played 2 games in 2 years. Can't be blaming them. Gassing as well as BKR Sport. And I remember the actual last game I watched of Fiji was that Autumn Nations Cup game. And I believe that was their last game. And it was up against Georgia. And it was actually Ndolo who did shine out or shine in that game for Fiji, able to score. I think he got a hat trick. But then in this game today, he just was a little bit quiet, Ndolo, maybe marked up by Reese a little bit too much. But I saw how much it meant to them to get back into that jersey for Fiji because of the fact that in the national anthem, many other Fijian sides were getting emotional. But that haka was an intense one as well. That one has gone high from Nicolas Sanchez on the halfway line. Looking for the option. Amos taking it beautifully, though. And he's going to be tackled there by Rodrigo Bruni. I almost said his name wrong, so I tried to say myself, but all I did is moo like a cow. But now it is going to be another penalty to Wales. And that one is for offside once again. It's interesting. At this stage, it is penalty, penalty, penalty. And this one, who is going to be able to break through and get the first try? I am going to say, even though I have probably no knowledge of these fellas, I'll go with one who I know, and that is going to be Jonathan Davies. He is going to be scoring Davies or Davis, depending on where you are from, of course, because I am still on the fence about that. Yeah, the player rushing up there a little bit offside, and because of it now, Wales have got another opportunity for this rolling maul. Looks disappointed as well. I believe that would have been the man in the number, I think that was 13, which in this one is Matthias Moroni. Going to the back there, claimed nicely by Wales, looking good in the rolling maul, nice and set here. Argentina trying to defend it 20 minutes into this game already. This one has been flying by at this stage. 40 metres out here, Wales breaking off the back now. Going to be using, that was going to be using the back line, but unfortunately number 13 there ended up putting the ball down. And now it is going to be a scrum. That would have been Willis Halaholo, I believe. And we have got Fiji I can't read. Fiji are a pass first. Think about who's catching at later team. Normally today we've seemed to actually think about where and what we're doing. Interesting if Cotter can improve this long term as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Fiji, they were actually putting some good sets together in this match, which I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of kind of crazy offloads like we know from, I guess, Fiji and Sevens, but they still are very good at it in that regard. But there weren't many offloads at all in this game. And that defensive line of theirs was looking pretty good as well. We have got BDG in the chat. Hey, Steve, what's up? Kiwi, welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are at this stage 20 minutes in, and it's going to be a penalty to Argentina at scrum time. And at this stage, I'm not sure what the penalty count is at this stage, but collapsing scrum is the call against Wales in that front row. And Argentina now, Nicolas Sanchez, going to be kicking this one for the touchline. We have got Guido Petty was assessed by doctors and surgeons and was given the all clear for his game. But he is allowed to play if his nose was strapped up as well. Says assessment under Guido Petty surgery is next Monday in France as well. So the question I still kind of have it is the factor of, like, is anyone on the bench in terms of, like, the likes of Thomas Lavanini? Could he have started this match instead, or do they not have that many locks? I'm not too familiar with their squad at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, Guido Petty, I mean, he's a very good player, so hopefully he doesn't have anything else happen to that nose. At this stage, he is kind of looking, oh, that one's been ripped away, and now it's going to be knocked on. No, it's not. Went backwards there. Kubeli now goes back. Claims it nicely there once again. Nicolas Sanchez sells a bit of a dummy. Beautiful ball here. Oh, it's been going back though, and it's going to be a little forward pass from Argentina. That was the best set play that we've seen so far. How's it going? It is going well, mate. How about yourself? Hope you did enjoy all of the rugby that we have had earlier on in the day. There's been a lot of it. We had Manu Samoa taking on Tonga. Manu Samoa, they're able to get the win, which does now give them the chance of making it to the World Cup into that Group D alongside England, Argentina. Also, it will be Americas too and Japan. So that's going to be a hard group to go into. Congratulations on 3K. As well, says BDG. Thank you very much, mate. We hit it, I believe it was a day ago, and then all of a sudden now we're on to 3,200. So it's been crazy the last kind of 24 hours or so. But yeah, I was going to do some party poppers, but I feel like my cat might have a bit of a heart attack, so I don't know whether I'll do that on this live stream yet. But at this stage, Aaron Wainwright, 6 carries, 67 meters made as well. He had a big run earlier on. Is he going off the field? He is, and it's going to be their number 19, making his way out onto the field, which in this one would be Josh Turnbull. So that's interesting. I'm not sure whether that's an HIA or whether that is it strategic, or is it, surely it's a head knock that they are going to be checking him for. But Wainwright off the field and Turnbull is going to be out there now. At this stage, I mean, Canada in the last match, it's going to be interesting because Argentina, of course, that little bit above Canada in terms of the skill level. So how long will this game stay at a stalemate? Who is going to be breaking through 10K by the end of the year? Keep grinding, says BKR Sport. I mean, our original goal is actually going to be 3,500, but then we are almost there. So then Isaac, one of the other Kiwi lads, said that we were going to go for possibly going for 5,000. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we will be able to get there. Uganda are facing Ghana as well, says BDG. And that's the problem with the Sky over here as well. We don't actually end up getting too many of these kind of lower tier kind of nation games, unfortunately, in terms of like the rugby rankings, which I feel like is something that I would love to see. That one's going to be a free kick now for the Pumas at scrum time. It's been a messy game so far between these two sides, but now it's going to be in the hands of Rodrigo Bruni. Could barely get into the ruck quickly. Sanchez on the outside now. Going to be Juan Cruz Malia joining up. Going to be a good spin there from the number 14, Carreras. It's straight on the ball, and Wales win it once again. These two are just playing a chess match at the moment. Both sides just kind of cancelling each other out. And we have got Atene in the chat as well. He said, hi, welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in for this match between Argentina and Wales. At the moment, it's been very even between these two sides. A lot of penalties against both sides, but it's going to be one of those ones. I hope as soon as we get one try, it's just going to completely break the game open. But currently 23 and a half minutes gone. Wales claiming that line out once again. Good throw from Elliot D. Looks like they're trying to go for a bit of a sideways rolling maul here, but it's not really going anywhere. Good defense from the big Pumas forward pack. Almost forcing them a little bit backwards here, the Pumas. Going to be kicked high by Kieran Hardy now downfield. Looks like it's going to be, oh, it's beautifully taken there by Carreras, and now he's done the step as well. He is nailed in the tackle by Sheedy, but it's going back for a penalty, and I believe it would have been for shepherding a little bit. The Argentine player kind of sticking the arms out, doing the jazz hands, going, you can't get past me. But unfortunately, does now mean that it is going to be a penalty. Hope Wales win as well, says Atene, and we have got also David Davids has said you put a lot of work for our same match. I feel like, yeah, it's one of those ones. My sleep schedule doesn't exist anymore. I always sleep during the day. I'm like a vampire in that regard. I haven't seen the sun in years, or maybe like weeks, I guess, because it is also winter here. So anytime I wake up at like 5 p.m., the sun's already down, and I'm like, oh, it's dark, unfortunately. But we always go, I'm rooting for Argentina, says BDG. And also, to be honest, I think Tonga could 2v1 Uganda and Ghana. Does that mean that they get like 15 men on the field versus 30? Or is it 15 versus 15, but it's the best from Uganda and Ghana? Do let me know. That is an interesting concept. A game of rugby with more men on the field, perhaps 20 players against 15. That would be like, I feel like someone, if like rugby was big in Russia, it's going to be another penalty to Wales here. And at this stage, it's just in that situation of penalty after penalty, not rolling away or not moving away. Penalty up against, it was Thomas Kubeli. Yeah, at this stage, like I feel like 30 versus 15, like if rugby was bigger in Russia, that seems like something that Russia do. Because I know that for like the likes of UFC, they actually have a competition where it's like 5 people fighting 5 people at the same time. So imagine that, 30 people versus 15. Be an interesting one. Oh, he almost got a wedgie there. And Thomas Kubeli just not quite able to get out of there, unfortunately for him. And we almost got sleep schedule, although haven't had one of those with my YouTube life in ages. Yeah, it's one of those ones, watching videos when people say like, oh, I sleep like in the middle of the day and whatnot. I always like at the start was like, oh, nah, that won't be me. I'll still sleep at like nighttime. And then, yeah, nah. It is currently 12:30 here in New Zealand. I have got this live stream, and then at 4 a.m. we are going to be doing the British and Irish Lions versing the Sharks once again because of the cancellation of the Bulls game or postponement. That one has gone over, so now the score is going to be 6-3 to Wales. So at this stage, we haven't had a try yet in this game. Do let me know in the chat, either a yes or a no. Will there be a try in this first half? And if so, if you want to get very tricky with it, what minute of this first half is it going to be scored? And we've only got 14 minutes left, though, and we always got, I think you're thinking about WWE with the Royal Rumble. I feel like that's one thing, like, even though I don't watch a lot of WWE, I still end up watching the Royal Rumble each year. Like, I feel like that's just one of those ones that does lure me back in every once in a while. That's going to be a penalty. No, it's not. It's going to be a player taking a head knock, I believe. That doesn't look too good for him at the moment. I'm not sure which number it was at the moment. I think it might have been Matthias Moroni, but I could be wrong in that regard. He doesn't look too flash, though. This is going to be a little bit of a stoppage in play. Man, I streamed 3 games today, and we have also got Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, New Zealand, and Bulldogs versus Roosters, then turned into a friend of mine who streams AFL, and now you've Argentina versus Wales. My life is literally a stream. Yeah, it gets a bit strange at times. Like some of these days, like when you end up doing 4 or 5 in a row, you just kind of wonder, like, it's weird because you think about it and it's like that's like 10 hours of talking straight, pretty much. Like the commentators of the live games, like they kind of do that one game and then they go home kind of thing, except we like continuously keep on doing game after game, like on the same day kind of thing. I would love to hear the commentary as well. Says BDG, I wish I could have made the New Zealand versus Fiji as well. And yeah, it's interesting. That commentary, I was solo for that one. The other game was me and George, and I saw a funny comment on that one. 3 teams are okay, but going past the 3 game mark is tough as well. Says, I feel like I keep on saying BKR Sport, but do you want me to shorten it to just Blaze, or are you preferring of BKR Sport? Do let me know. But now it is going to be Choco Perez making his way out onto the field. That is going to be replacing the man. It is Santiago Carreras who is going off that field, unfortunately. Choco Perez, he is a very good player. So at this stage now, he's going to be going off the field. So in the end, it was actually the number 19. Hit on the wrong side there. And unfortunately just knocked himself out on big, I believe it was Turnbull, unfortunately. And we always got up to you, man, as well. And we always got Kiwi, who do you want to win this game? Says Etienne. Of course, I feel like in this situation, because I'm from the Southern Hemisphere, I should say Argentina, but I feel like I haven't been watching enough of this young Wales side to be able to tell whether or not they are going to be the side who will be able to get the win. At this stage, though, it could be anyone's game. Sitting 27 minutes in, being 3 points to 6. It's a low-scoring one, so it will be interesting to see how it goes. We have also got in there Fiji did well at the start. Then they got screwed as well, says BDG. Yeah, the refereeing has been questioned quite a bit in that game so far, and I feel like it's an interesting one that maybe, people are not going to be too happy about. We also got always back Southern Hemisphere teams as well. I feel like I'm too impartial to save myself at times. Like, it's even when New Zealand were playing, I was going for Fiji at times, going for New Zealand at times, like straight down the middle was the way I was calling it. And I feel like in that situation, people who were going either firmly for Fiji or firmly for the All Blacks were getting annoyed with me because I was just like not going for their team kind of thing. Like, it's like someone who was at the start, they were like, I will donate a whole heap of money if you say, or like someone was like, I will only subscribe if you say Fiji will win this match by 50 points or something like that. And I was like, oh, yellow card. That's a new one. Both fellas, that's a new one indeed. Both number 1 or number 1 and number 3 here, Nicky Smith. No, sorry, it is actually going to be Francisco Gomez Cordella and also Dylan Lewis, both yellow carded. That is something I haven't seen before, like while watching a game live. Have I seen that before? When was the last time that happened? But the referee has pretty much said, mate, we've had this whole game under advantage and penalties. Get off the field. Yeah, as well says RC the boss as well, but they are having to make subs now here. Are you putting up a winner predicting thing? Says David, I can do. If you guys are keen to see whether or not you can get the right one right, we will go winner of the game or winner of the match. So Bruni's going off for Argentina. So they have had to make a lot of changes here for both sides because of that factor of not having a member of the front row. I mean, it seems harsh from the ref, but then at the same time, we haven't had a steady scrum throughout this whole match. So it kind of seems fair enough. At the same time, we have got Guido Petty. Can't see why he's playing, but maybe he's because he's a big unit and is a great player. And we have got that he probably had no one better than him, maybe as well, says Assassin's Hunter. So how long is he out once he does have a surgery? Is he going to be out for any time, or is it going to be the case of being able to go straight back? Normally noses are 6 weeks, somewhere around there if I'm not wrong, but Fijian passes are always magical, as well, says BDG. Yeah, I think I got pretty hyped up when they were able to score that try, but the poll in the chat at the moment is for who you guys think is going to be winning. The poll is 50-50 at the moment, says BDG. We are still early on, and yeah, it is 50-50. 8 votes for 4 of you went for Wales, 4 of you went for Argentina. Very even now. It's going to be the scrum feed. And yeah, both sides very heavily warned in the scrum now. Now it's going to be back into the hands of Sheedy. Kicking this one from inside of the 22 now. Taken nicely by the Argentine fullback. Kicks it high, very high from Juan Cruz Malia. Oh, that looked a bit high. That looked a bit high. That looked a bit high. Okay, that's not good. Because the number 9, I think, went into kind of like defensive mode straight away in terms of like almost trying to fight as if he was in an octagon. Like, you know, when they get knocked out in the octagon and they kind of end up in that situation trying to fight the ref. It's kind of one of those ones that unfortunately didn't look too good. What's good at the moment says RC the boss. At this stage, I mean, it's interesting. This game at this stage is kind of sitting at a 50-50 like the poll, but overall the day of rugby has been pretty good today. I'm relatively happy with it. Overall, we've had a lot of high-scoring games in that regard, but now they're going to be checking whether or not this is going to be possibly a red card. I've had it for Argentina. Why? Because always back Southern Hemisphere teams. I mean, it's head and head, unfortunately. Malia and also was the man in the number 9 jersey, Kieran Hardy, and unfortunately, huge contact there. Oh, that's like I hate that. Because that hurts your face just looking at it, to be fair. Is he put in grave danger is the question that they are asking at the moment. Is it going to be? It's a hard one because I have seen them given us reds before because of the fact that it is kind of, they say that you're using your face as if it was your arm or shoulder kind of thing. He does try and dip a little bit. No, I don't want to try and call it because I feel like it's too hard. Pretty much the kicker behind from Malia, then from there, taken nicely by the number 9 there, which in this one is Kieran Hardy, but unfortunately then he is cleaned up. No bend at the waist. Any reason, not seeing any reason to mitigate it. Do you do AFL streams, bro? Says RC the boss. I don't actually think I have watched an AFL game this year. I really want to, but I just haven't quite been able to squeeze it in. Although, when you talk about AFL streams, cheeky plug, BKR Sport, who is in the chat at the moment, he does a little bit of AFL every once in a while. Also NRL. It's a red card. Argentina going to be down to 13 men. This is becoming league because of the fact that it's going to be 13 against 14 for the next 10 minutes. 28 people watching, 28 minutes gone in this match and only 9 points so far. We have got 20 likes coming on. Guys, smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. That's a huge moment in this game because of the fact that Argentina now are going to be down to 13 men. The crowd are cheering. They know that now their side have got the advantage, but Juan Cruz Malia, other than that call, he had been going pretty well in this match so far, so it is a shame that that has happened the way that it has, but at the end of the day, it is all about player safety, and he is going to be off the field for the rest of the game, or is he? Do let me know, is this going to be the case of 20-minute red cards? I don't think it is, because I think that is just the Super Rugby rule that I am remembering. My microphone is actually way up in the air at the moment. I might try and bend it back down. No, it just goes straight back up. So I guess it is staying up there possibly. But at this stage, like they are saying, he should at least be off for an HII. It looked like he was trying to go into defensive mode, as in like trying to attack the player who tackled him there, but now it's going to be a rolling ball for Wales now. We have only got 12 minutes left in this first half. Oh, okay, I'm new, says RC the boss. No worries, mate. So pretty much at this stage, in terms of live streams, we mainly do just all rugby. Oh, that's a big collision. That looked like an awkward fall as well for the Argentine player. But yeah, at this stage, we do the international games. Normally not too many Northern Hemisphere games, but we have been doing a little bit of a difference here in terms of doing this game. Also, the British and Irish Lions Tour as well is another one that we do like a bit of. But I am wondering whether or not it is worth, do you know much? I know maybe you follow AFL. Is it worth getting that AFL game that is on Xbox? Because I'm considering it. It's very close. I bought NRL or Rugby League Live 4 recently, and I'm considering an AFL one as well. But do let me know now what it's going to be. Kicked high. No, it's not. They sell the dummy, but then he knocked the ball on. That is not ideal for Argentina. Kupeli there. Tried to pass it to the forward, going for a little bit of a trick move, but unfortunately, Nabra. No, it's not, as well, says BKR Sport. And also Guido Pedic, can't play for Argentina for 2 to 6 weeks after surgery. And that for non-contact sports, as well, says Assassin Hunter. And we have also got Uganda is winning 22-0. So a good performance from them there. And also, no, it's not. So it isn't ideal, that game, because that's the thing. Even Rugby League Live 4, it takes quite a bit to get used to, I've noticed. Like, me and George are not good at it at this stage, to be fair. But, you know, we're trying to improve. Hopefully we get there in the end. And we always got, and they let a 13 kick for Ghana, as well, says BDG. A 13, I mean, Henry Taifu in the number 12 jersey was doing the kicking for Manu Samoa. He actually had a very good game. Him and Henry Stowers, once again, I feel like is going to be one of those players that are going to be very good for the Brumbies. And maybe the Wallabies. Oh, no, I was about to say maybe the Wallabies one day, but I just realized he's playing for Samoa. So, like, yeah, nah. But now it is going to be out the back now. And it'll be a nice little offload there from Hardy. Goes to Jonathan Davis. Now going to Hardy once again. The hands of Will Rowlands. This is looking good for Wales. Are they going to be able to score this try? Yeah, I'm going to say yes, hopefully. And at this stage now, going to be the number 7, which in this one is going to be James Bortham. Once again, Jonathan Davis getting a carry. Hello with the clear out. Going now into the hands of Amos once again, getting driven down. The ball's come free, and that's going to be on the side of Argentina. Look like Pablo Matero is going to be setting up for the big boot there. Oh, he fell awkwardly in that tackle from the man in the number 7 jersey, Botham, and he is actually down at the moment, Pablo Matero, by the looks of it. And I mean, it takes quite a bit to be able to knock him down. Has he got back up? That's the big question. No, he hasn't. Pablo Matero still down. That one has gone into touch, and we will possibly have a little bit more injury time now as well. We have got, may as well give it a crack, man. Don't let me put you off it. But it's just obviously another Aussie Australian sporting game, new league game coming out very soon as well. Rugby League Live 5 hopefully is going to be a good game as well. Only game I've liked is rugby union games as well, says BKR Sport. And I feel like people still say Rugby 08 is the best game in terms of rugby, but there is going to be a couple new ones possibly coming soon as well. Rugby 22 next year. And then I think the year after that, we're going to go upstairs by the looks of it to see whether or not this was foul play once again. We've also got in there, I don't like the NRL or AFL rugby. I like this type of rugby as well, says BDG. Argentina is winning 53-47 in the poll, 56 and 44. So, and Rugby 08 is the best by far. I'm considering starting up a Rugby Challenge a Rugby 08 career mode perhaps. We got 20 votes. 55% are saying Argentina in this one. I'm wondering how many of those would have come in. Tell you what, he's landed on his head there, Pablo Matera. And whether or not the legs have gone above the horizontal. Oh. Just above the horizontal, they have said. So because of that, Pablo Matera, yeah, it's an interesting one. He almost goes just above the horizontal there. Hey, mate, I'm going to have it work at 4 a.m. Need sleep. Keep up with the great commentary and go Wales as well, says Assassin's Hunter. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy your work tomorrow. or today, depending on where you are, of course. Are you in New Zealand at the moment? Because if you are, then you only have a couple hours of sleep. That is for sure. We've also got, they must make an EA Sports rugby game again. Says it's in out. Although I have also seen that, it's one of those ones that a lot of people have said that if EA made another game, you'd probably have to buy like coins like in FIFA to be able to buy the good players. But that is going to be the penalty to Argentina now for the leagues going above the horizontal. You still up, lads? Said Vogel. Yes, indeed. And we are going to be up a lot later. 4 a.m. is going to be the British and Irish Lions game that we are going to be doing as well. We have also got in the chat, I'm supporting the Argentinians because they're the Southern Hemisphere rugby nation, and that's where the beautiful Gabriella Sabatini comes from. As I said, David, I feel like I'm going to have to look her up after this live stream to see what the hype is about there, David. And we always got, how do your 4 a.m. streams go with the Lions, etc.? Considering most of your subscribers want to be up at that time, they're relatively quiet compared to some of the Southern Hemisphere ones. I did a little bit of the Rainbow Cup South Africa and also some of the Curry Cup, which I feel like slightly built me up a small amount of South African viewers, which kind of tune in for the regular ones. But yeah, overall, they aren't as busy as the Southern Hemisphere ones, but I do still enjoy following along with those games. Oh, it's going to be now in the hands of Nicolas Sanchez trying to pierce the gap, and it's a beautiful run there, Nicolas Sanchez. Are they going to be able to get the first try of this match? Argentina, it's going to be Kubeli. Now into the hands of one of the big props. The man in the number 17. Oh, it's gone away once again, but luckily it has been regathered there by Argentina. Straight on the ball as well, but he has lost his footing there. At this stage, 33 minutes gone in this match. Crema tackled very nicely. Going back now once again, Nicolas Sanchez running into the wall of defence. At this stage now, going to be Montoya getting a carry. Jonathan Davies trying to rip the ball away. Not quite able to. Kubeli now goes to big Pablo Matera. He is met by the number 1, and he is whacked once again as well. He won't be doing that. Well, he will be doing that again. He does it pretty much every time he runs. Oh, Crema almost lifted above the horizontal there. Kubeli now goes back into the hands of Choco Perez. Not quite able to make it at this stage now. They're up to 10 phases here. Argentina, they want to keep on driving, try and make their way over the ball. I guess they want to make it over the ball, of course. But at this stage, it's going to be offside. So that means now they have got a good advantage. My brain stopped working. Imagine what the 4 a.m. ones are like, but that's going to be a penalty to Argentina. Do they take on the 3 to get back to a tied ball game, or do they go for the possible corner? Yes, please stream the Curry Cup as well, says BDG. And also we have got, you may, I live in Auckland. Gee, so you may have to possibly to have a bit of a quick fire nap at this stage. Let's go Argentina in a rugby as well, says Léger Cafe at Chocolat. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Also, please do let me know if, but let's go Brazil in the final today as well. I actually used to say an intro in Spanish, and I feel like you would be the perfect person to test it on. So whether or not, can you please let me know if I am actually saying like a greeting to the channel, Hola, bienvenido de nuevo al canal de Kiwi Lads. Is that actually like a sentence of like, hello, welcome to the Kiwi Lads channel? Or is it just a whole heap of random words that I've put together? Unfortunately, Western Province is up right now too, or is up top right now. That is true. They have been going all over the place in the Curry Cup, to be fair, with the rankings. Like the likes of the Griquas pulling off that win the other night up against, that was the Western Province that they beat actually. But at this stage, the Western Province still at the top. So it just shows how close that competition is going to be. Who you got, says Ed Vogel. I mean, they are showing Michael Cheika, which of course he is a Southern Hemisphere boy as well. So I will go with, I will have, I'll try my best. Wait, what am I saying at the moment? Who have I got? I think it's maybe going to be Argentina, but we'll have to wait and see. They are down to 13 men though, so it could go either way at this stage. We have also got BKR Sport, absolutely, bro, as well, and we have also got Southern Hemisphere teams, and we have also got in there. I'm South African as well. Says Etienne, or Etienne. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. I can say so by your name and second name as well with Fundamerva. And we have also got in there. We have got. I feel like I'm just going. But at this stage, the ball was in touch, so we are just waiting for the line out once again. We have got in there from a Brazilian fan as well, says Liège Café et Chocolat. And we have got, be careful trusting viewers from another language. I had a couple Tongans try a dodgy today. Tell you what, I have done that before, and I believe it was actually a couple Tongans as well, or one Tongan to be exact. But now at this stage, Jonathan Davis driving forward once again. Gonna be now going back into the hands of, I believe it is the number 7. But pretty much I said what they put in the chat, and it was every Tongan swear word in the whole book, pretty much. But then they donated and said pretty much, hey, I made you say every Tongan swear word. You're welcome. But yeah, unfortunately, that was not ideal for me. Amos now a little kick on behind. Is this going to be an ideal result for Wales? It's going a bit too far, and it's gone into the in-goal line. So now it is going to be going back for the 22 dropout. These two sides are close at the moment. And we have also got there, I'll always be supporting Western Province and Stormers. Yeah, we were sleeping, as well, says BDG. Speaking of sleeping, my cat looks like he is pretty happy at the moment on the background. And also the Spalls versus Benetton, you say, you said my name wrong, but it is fine. So say Egg as well. Egg, hopefully it's correct. Kiwi U, Azel? I'm not too sure what that word is, to be fair. I feel like my brain's not working. Oh, that one hasn't found touch from Nicholas Sanchez. And because of it now, it's going to be another opportunity for Wales. Trying to drive forward. Nice tackle there on the number 11, Julian Montoya. Straight on the ball, wins the penalty for Argentina. A bit too far out to kick it, though. So they will be going for the corner. Unlucky for them is that I speak most Islander languages, and the first words you always learn is the swears. But yeah, they don't know because I said, don't you do it, dodgy. As well. We've got long time no see. Welcome in, Finn, and welcome back to the live stream, mate. It is good to see you once again. Who are you back in this game? I know that you will be back in Ireland in a later match when they do play up against the USA. But yeah, do you think Wales will be able to get this win? The factor at the moment is we are almost at halftime, 6-6, but there is a yellow card for both sides and also a red card for Argentina in this one. So they're not sitting as well as they'd like to. That is a good kick downfield from Argentina now. And they have got another good opportunity. Everyone running back out onto the field now from the replacements. We also got who's going to score the first try, says Ed Vogel. Who did I go with? I think I went with Jonathan Davis. But then if it is going to be Argentina, I think I will be going with, I think it's going to be someone who's going to throw us off. I think it's going to be Thomas Kubeli. I think he's going to score it like he did for the Western Force. And we have got Will James as FBK. I thought you was asleep as well. No, he is in the Kiwi Lads chat. The best place to be when it is currently 12:48 a.m. and there is a game happening in the Northern Hemisphere where there hasn't been a try yet, 38 minutes into this one at this stage. But I am hopeful that this is going to be a good opportunity. Julian Montoya getting close now. Thomas Kubeli passing it back. Pablo Matera driving. He's over the line. Did he get it down? Yes, he did. I was going to say him. Damn it. I was close. I was going to say that he was going to score it, but I missed out, and it means now that Argentina, they did not miss out. They were able to score that one. And it is 13-6 now. Well, it's not quite 13-6. I have given him the try, though, for Pablo Matera and also the kick because I believe Nicholas Sanchez will be able to do so. And we have got EG, sorry. It is EG rather than EG. And we have got Origin Game 3 has been moved to the Gold Coast, Queensland. All 3 games are played in Queensland territory. Hopefully the Blues can have a clean sweep on Monday. And we almost got the Bulls got smacked in that match. They did indeed going up to the Northern Hemisphere. They were playing in a very hot Italy, I believe it was, that game was being played. And yeah, just didn't go their way at all. We have got to everyone stop telling me Wales are genuine contenders as well, says Big Arsenal. And what's the score margin for this game as well, says Ed Vogel. As in my score prediction, because I feel like at this stage, I think it's going to be split by less than 10. Just with the factor I think Wales are going to score in the second half because Argentina down to 14 men could play a little bit of a factor. But at this stage as well, do let me know, BKR Sport, do you want me to send you that invite that I was going to send you for halftime? If you have been watching the game, do let me know because I have just sent it over. Whether or not you do want to join it, though, will be up to you as well. 2 weeks ago, me and my wife had a baby boy. Congratulations, Will. That is pretty awesome. Although I know that probably at this stage is it the middle of the night where you are because of the fact that normally, sleep doesn't exist for a few weeks early on, just like late night streaming when you do have a child, but it is awesome. So congratulations there, mate. And we also got Wales will get the first try, but Argentina will win 17-5. Is that now flipped perhaps with Argentina sneaking that try there? Is it going to be possibly the other way around halftime in this match? And at this stage, there is finally a try in this match. Argentina sitting on 13, Wales sitting on 6. And at this stage now, we do get to wait and see how the second half will be going as well. I will quickly bring up the stats for this match as well so you guys know exactly what is happening in this one. But at this stage, I am glad to see that we did get one try late in that first half. At this stage, I've said at this stage about 50 times, pretty time, man. We'll just kick back in the comment section. Let's get a halftime chat in a different game. Yeah, that is fair enough. It is quite late there as well. And I mean, 3 streams in a row is pretty hard work as well. 10:50 because we live in Canos as well, says Will James. And also in the chat, Vamos Carajo as well, says Jose. And from Wales says Batman. Yeah, at this stage, with the extra man advantage to Argentina, you would expect, or sorry, to Wales, you would expect that maybe they would have been able to get maybe 1 try by now. Okay, Argentina will win 23 and Wales will end with 13. Okay, so that is a big prediction there. I will check the chat as well in terms of the prediction that we have got. And at this stage, 35% of you, or sorry, 57% of you have said that Argentina will be winning this match. So it could be interesting. And Asel means cool as well, says BDG. I didn't actually know that. So I feel like I end up learning a lot of the hip slang / also depending on the different languages. I've also learned quite a few words of other languages. It's just not the swear words of the island ones, because of the fact that if I did, I wouldn't end up always reading them out on live stream. Found out the Netherlands is playing Portugal. My husband is Dutch as well, says Nov Mum. So he'll be excited for that match. I think that's the thing. I saw that there's a competition that has been announced that is going to be kind of teams from less well-known regions. The likes of, I believe, Belgium have a team, also Spain, the Netherlands, Russia has 2, Saudi Arabia, maybe, or Israel, or somewhere along those lines, I think, also has a team in that competition. So it will be interesting to see who's going to be able to win that one. Hazel, it means cool, apparently, which I did not know. Nov Mum, you know the word Hazel as well. And we have also got Johan Lloyd. Should be selected in Wales squad. He plays for the Bristol Bears. Look him up. Could be a future star as well. I feel like I should remember that name, because that's the thing. A lot of these young guys I haven't actually heard much about. So it is pretty awesome getting to see a game that normally you probably only look at the highlights and look at those players that you kind of know a little bit more. But now I'm getting to watch the full thing. And yes, this game probably hasn't had them like going as well as they would like to, but it is still very exciting for me to be able to see them all. And I just love having a chat with you guys as well. It doesn't mean cool. It was a joke. What does it mean, though? That's a big question. Is it actually a word, or is it a made-up word as well? We have got someone wrong, or something wrong if your team is 7 points down and your opposition is 1 man short. And that's the thing. I feel like there's a good chance that another yellow card or red card could be handed out in this match between these two sides, purely because of the fact that the referee, he sent off the 2 front rowers in the scrum because of the fact that they just weren't quite making it happen. So they've got to be careful in the second half as well. And we have got, who's your favourite rugby player? It says EG. Favourite rugby player is a very hard one. Favourite. Oh, it's a hard one. I got quite a few favourites. To be fair, Shadow Ninja has said hi as well. And welcome into the live stream, mate. And we have also got something else from BDG, although I'm not sure whether I'll read that one out. I'm not sure what it says. And best player performance for both teams, or from both teams. I would say, I mean, I feel bad because Juan Cruz Malia actually looked decent up until he got that red card. So I would say the likes of, I mean, Pablo Matera is normally pretty solid. So I might go with him for Argentina. And then I'd say Halim Amos for Wales at this stage. Yeah, he's one of those ones that I think overall for Wales, he has made the biggest impact in this match so far. We have got in the chat as well. And the commentary is Dutch as well. Good, ik ben Mo. I feel like I absolutely said that terribly. The Kiwi Lads' favourite player is Villa Villa. I don't know about that. I know a lot of people were saying that he did a very rough game in the match today, unfortunately for him. But I think favourite player, I mean, I'd say, I've got to try and think of one now. Because of the fact, I feel like I get used to just knowing like all of the players like on the field and not really picking favourites. But I mean, overall, I thought that's I feel like you've completely stumped me there with such a simple question. And just who's the favourite? Northern Hemisphere ref Samish. They're notoriously inept, putting it nicely as well, says David. And also the ref gave 15 Argentina a red for that head bump and doesn't give any card to Wales. Wales 7 as well. That was for that one that was a tip tackle on Pablo Matera, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong. But yeah, he did go above the horizontal, so it's going to be interesting. Johnny Dyer, I mean, he is looking like he's going to be a future star as well. It's difficult to scan players in your head whilst in the middle of the stream, man. It's difficult for you. Easy when not the one commentating as well. Yeah, it's one of those ones with the amount of names going through my head. I feel like I can only think of Argentine and Wales Welsh players. I've gone completely blank on like New Zealand rugby because I feel like it would be a Kiwi player. I quite enjoyed watching Luke Jacobson there. I mean, Damian McKenzie's always a solid shout, just because you know that even though he's one of the smaller players on the field, he's still going to get absolutely whacked and get up, like he did when he got absolutely whacked by Bortia in the game earlier on. And hey, mate, back as well, says Smithy Toilet. Welcome back, mate. Good to see you. Once again, at this stage, just a one try in this match. That was for Pablo Matera, the man who was going to the Crusaders. Also, though, there was one yellow card for Wales, one yellow card for Argentina, and a red card for Argentina as well. So it is well and truly stacking up at this stage in terms of those amount of players who are off the field. But yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Man, I get 100 comments in your stream about what are your top 10 front rows in the NRL. And I think I guarantee you midstream I can name two, or I couldn't name two, let alone rank them as well. Or I could name two, sorry, let alone rank them. Yeah, it's hard. As soon as you got like names in front of you as well, your brain just kind of ends up thinking just about that game kind of thing. But because he has an injury as well, I do hope Colby will be fine again when he versus the Lions as well, says BDG. And that's the thing. Hopefully that will all take place because of the fact that, of course, we've had a few games that are getting cancelled, postponed and all sorts. But hopefully it is in that situation of it making it all the way to those Springbok games as well. That's great, Ed Vogel. Don't forget there to Autumn Nations Cup in 2020 as well. Don't forget the Wales won the Six Nations this year as well, says Ed Vogel. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of hostility starting in the chat. Blackadder at 7, Pablo Matera at 8, deadly. That's the thing. I thought when I first heard the signing of Pablo Matera, I was like, do they need him? But then they have lost, I believe it is Fetu Kamu Douglas. Also, they've lost another one of their loose forwards, so you can kind of understand why they decided to try and get those stocks up a little bit more. And we have also got to watch the Roosters game. What's up with the final play? Quite arrogant. Now, I'll tell you what, you and BKR Sport could have a big chat about that because he was doing a live stream for it, I saw. And his comments about it, they were along the same lines as yours as well. And we have also got there in the chat, who's your favourite team? I should say the All Blacks because of the fact that I am from New Zealand, but I'm also in that predicament of Super Rugby. I struggle to pick a favourite team. I was backing the Chiefs a little bit purely because of the fact that someone actually sent me a Chiefs kit. So I decided that I would wear it throughout that one. Throughout the season, and it did actually give the Chiefs a bit of luck as well. So I think that's why my cat became a cat supporter. A Cheetahs, no, that's another name of a cat. A Chiefs supporter is the one I was after, and we have also got in there. It would be fun to see, says BDG, and also watch the Roosters game. I read that one, and we have got Morne Steyn carried South Africa's in the final kick as well, says a BDG, and up the Roosters, says Ed Vogel. And we have got Smithy Toilet, not sure how to fix it. Such a shocking play as well. But yeah, nonetheless, at this stage, I'm hoping we get to see as many tries as we did in the second half of the match between Tonga and Samoa. I feel like that's one of those ones that we could really get to see it ramping up here. They are showing a game between I believe it is actually the Jaguares taking on the Hurricanes, which is one that also distracts you when you are listening to it in the background. We have us got in 2009. As well, that's the thing. The last time the British and Irish Lions took place, was way back in South Africa 2009. And I hope we do get to see all of the test matches taking place. It's one of those ones, it is still hopefully that they will be able to get through all of them, but it's one of those ones that also the player safety and just general safety does need to take full effect at the same time. Bulldogs players should have headbutted him at the end. Says Smithy Toilet. They could ask Juan Cruz Mali about how to do that because he ended up headbutting the number 9 for Wales and getting himself sent off the field. Unfortunately, just not quite able to get it right there. But Pablo Matera, the one try scorer in this match so far. When are you going to do a bingo vid? Says EG. That's a good question. I'm not actually sure when it is going to be on the cards, but I guess it's one of those ones of do I do it with someone different? I haven't actually versed George in a bingo yet, which I feel like is one that maybe I should do reasonably soon because of the fact that, I've kind of done a couple with, I believe it is just the 2 with the Rugby Guru, but then I haven't actually done any with anyone else at the same time. So I'm not sure whether to do a third rematch with the Rugby Guru or whether to do it with the likes of George or someone along those lines. So Hamish, one time I rang my Tonga mate and gave him a number of the bloke looking for work as my mate asked me the bloke's name, and I told him it was Tom, second name Ato. Tom Ato. Oh no, funny, true story. Says David, did he get annoyed with you? Because I feel like that would have been actually Like, surely the guy who was asking for or doing the job interviews would have been able to take a joke, but at the stage, depending on how many he had done, maybe he would have been sick of the tomatoes by then. But we haven't got bingo, like an actual game of bingo. Says BR Sport. Not quite. We don't all sit down like in a circle and do a live stream bingo kind of thing. We actually, it is on Rugby Challenge. It is like kind of like a game mode that I created on there. A little bit based off FIFA bingo, but on Rugby Challenge bingo, you kind of have a board of tasks that you've got to complete during a regular game of Rugby Challenge. So it might be score 3 tries, score with the forwards, set play try, and all of those kind of things. And it's whoever can cross off the most on the bingo board wins. So at this stage, I think we have had a draw and a win for myself, if I'm not wrong. And we have got Let's Go Pumas, says Pirata Den Funes. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And we have got, okay, bye Kiwi, I have to go do some work. Good stream. Further, I will be back before full time. Alrighty, we will see you later. Yeah, it's got the kiwi fruit emoji. Maybe I need to look at investing, or not investing in the kiwi fruit, but maybe adding something to do with the kiwi fruit. My brain. My brain stopped working. I feel like this happened last week as well. After the All Blacks versus Tonga game, I think I ended up ending up just getting too excited during that game, and then my brain just went to complete mush for the next game, which was slightly unfortunate. If the current AB squad take on the IBL squad, who's going to win why? I assume that is British and Irish Lions, maybe round the other way, and who's going to win and why? I mean, is it based off current form as well, Ed? Because, I mean, the All Blacks, yes, they had that big win over Tonga, but against Fiji, I feel like the amount of penalties they have been given away the last couple of weeks would end up with them possibly just giving three-pointer after three-pointer to a side like the British and Irish Lions, who you can't really afford to keep on letting and tick up points. It's going to be interesting to see how they go up against the Sharks in the rematch, the British and Irish Lions, because that last game, it seemed like by the end of it, they were kind of starting to get the hang of it in that regard. And we always got the second, or the first FIFA bingo, or not FIFA bingo, the first bingo game you drawed against Rugby Guru. Second, you won against the Rugby Guru as well. So at this stage, I guess we are sitting 1-0 up, or 2-1 up, I guess you could say, British and Irish Lions as well, said Ed Vogel, or Irish and British Lions. But at this stage, I mean, the All Blacks, they've got a lot of potential in that side that they have selected. So I feel like I want to see it, but unfortunately we have to wait until there's another one in Australia, isn't there? The next British and Irish Lions tour. So we are waiting probably up until, I'm trying to think of when the last one was. The last one was 2017, if I'm not wrong. So then we are going to be waiting right up until, is it going to be 2029? That's not maths, is it? It could be. We might be waiting until 2029 for the next British and Irish Lions tour. That makes me kind of sad. I didn't realize it was going to be so far away, unless I have done the maths wrong, of course. So every 3 years rather than 4. I might have got on that, but no, I think it is every 4 years. Maybe. And at this stage, the players are running back out. They are saving me there because my brain was completely blank. But at this stage, just a one try in this match for Argentina. Wales have been able to get 2 conversions in this 1-2 penalty kicks. But unfortunately for them, even with that man advantage, they still haven't quite been able to get a try on the board. But maybe the second half will be different. They are showing the advertisement for McGregor versus Poirier tomorrow. Going to be an exciting one. George wants to come around and watch that one, but I feel like that is just so that I pay for the pay-per-view, perhaps. Or we have got I think he wants to do a live stream, but I don't know whether I will be awake because of the late night game that we are going to be having. And at this stage, it is going to be Wales kicking off this one for the second half. The Pumas at this stage, a 7-point lead. Is that going to be the case at the end of the game? I know a lot of people were saying less than 7 points was going to be the difference, or 7 points. And we have got thoughts on Wales' performance on the first half. It's a hard one. They had a couple good runs, but I feel like overall both sides will be disappointed with that discipline side of it. Like many penalties, many scrum resets. And it's one of those ones that I feel like Wales, they're a good side when it's kind of like that momentum's rolling, how they're playing that fast-paced kind of, or like kind of free I was going to say free roaming, but kind of like more of that slightly, I can't think of the word, but kind of like getting the chance of not kind of having penalty after penalty, kind of just getting to play their stuff, get that kind of territory game going and create those opportunities with their fast back line and the forwards that they've got. We've also got Lions tour every 10 years now, or 10 tiers now, says David. At this stage now, a red card still in the favour for Wales, which means now that they have got the man advantage for the rest of this match. For the next 40, they are going to have a very good chance of being able to win this match. The fullback was off the field, so they had to make the sub there. Straight away, the yawns are hitting already. That is not ideal. But now it's going to be a nice little offload out the back. And now all of a sudden here, Wales inside the 22, charging forward. Going to be going back now. Sheedy with the flat ball into the hands of the number 4. Once again, going back there. Oh, it was a rush defense on Turnbull there. Once again, it is going to be back into the hands of Hardy, the man who did have a yellow card earlier on. The number 20, or sorry, the number 3 is now out there, and he looks like he is down at the moment, but he has got it up. But he will not want to get another one now. It's going to be once again in the hands of Kieran Hardy. Passing it off to Carter. Are they going to be able to break through here? Wales, they're looking dangerous straight away. Jonathan Davis getting a bit of a carry straight on the ball, though, and Pablo Matera, now it is going to be Facundo Isa has been able to rip it straight away. And that is extremely impressive from that man in the number 7 jersey. Now it's going to be Bruni. That's going to be a little bit high from Rowlands. And because of it now, it is going to be a knock-on. Or sorry, it is going to be a high tackle advantage. And they're going back for it. We've also got, who do you think is going to win the British and Irish Lions versus South Africa games? I am still pretty undecided at this stage. But one thing I feel like I can kind of say in terms of my prediction, I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep for either side. I think it's going to be 2-1. And it's just that case of who is going to be able to get that too. But yeah, at this stage, I struggle to pick. It's more of the case as well of with it being so far out, with the cases in the South African camp and all sorts, it's one of those hard ones that maybe some of the players that they would have available normally may not be there. So I am going 2-1 at this stage, but I think closer to the time I may be able to make a bit of a better prediction there. But it's got, you're going to stream England versus Canada too, says Ed Vogel. I don't think I will be doing that game. I think I will be probably cooking, I guess, my lunch or my tea. It is currently 1:08 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I think I'll probably be ending up cooking something possibly instead, and then also getting ready for the British and Irish Lions versus the Sharks as well. I decided it was always a great series. It is indeed, and I hope it is going to be like 1-1, and then that big match at the end, everyone will be hyped for it. And yeah, hopefully it does deliver. Facundo Isa now goes back in the hands of the number 12. Kubeli now driving forward. Oh, it's been dropped though by the man on the number 3 jersey. Charged down. It's going to be advantage over now by the looks of it. And it's going to be an opportunity out for the man on the number 14 jersey. Tackled low by Nicholas Sanchez here. And at this stage, Wales trying to drive forward straight on the ball. Kubeli not able to get it yet. Now it's going to be offloaded. Oh, it's another knock on. And now it's going to be an advantage to Argentina going out the back line. Hello off the field. That is going to be for Tompkins. That is a beautiful fend from Facundo Isa. And Argentina moving their way into the 22 now. Going back, Kubeli. Sanchez now. Oh, it was almost intercepted, but now it's going to be, oh, I'll tell you what, it's going to be kicked in behind. By was in the end the man in the number 6 jersey, Pablo Matera. We're not used to seeing him kick. Another knock-on. There were about 4 knock-ons in a row up against Wales there, unfortunately for them. And we have got in their same South Africa 2, British and Irish Lions 1 as well. And funny that they used English terms in the Dutch versus Portugal game, but mostly Dutch as well, says Novmum. So is it like the commentary kind of like slogans, I guess you could say, that they do end up saying? Or is it like kind of just general statements? Because I guess it's one of those ones that, it's one of those ones that I don't actually know a word of Dutch. Fun fact. Like I kind of end up, I don't think I've watched any of the Netherlands games, so maybe that will be something I have to look at doing in the future as well. Kind of looking at some of those teams up north, because of the fact that, like, I want to increase my rugby knowledge. Like, I've only been following rugby for about a year and a half now, so I still have a lot to learn. I feel like I'm making decent progress, but I can still probably have a lot more that I could learn, like driving more. Okay, that does make sense. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like some of those terms just end up kind of being worldwide. Like, I can imagine maybe, like, yeah, it's interesting. I feel like my brain just went blank, so sorry about that. Why haven't Wales as well, says Joseph. At this stage, they've just had too many handling errors, unfortunately, for them. They have been trying to get over the line. It just hasn't quite been working out. And at this stage, Argentina have a yellow card and a red card. Wales also having a yellow card. But at this stage, for the rest of this game, it's going to be 14 men out on the field here for Argentina. And that is a beautiful offload of Choco Perez. Now goes in the hands of the number 12. And it is going to be Geronimo de la Fuente who was able to score that try. I assume that is for the What Happened Wales, possibly. depending on if you are watching it live. That one's going to be a nice, easy kick as well for that man. And now I will add those points on, and Argentina are going to be leading this match 20 points to the 6 of Wales, although they might be going upstairs to check it. At this stage, we have also got in there. First half was a slow game, to be honest. Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of was similar to the match between Samoa and Tonga, how it was one of those ones, how it just didn't seem to have, like, it had a lot of handling errors and a lot of penalties, but it's just one of those ones that they didn't quite find that momentum and find that kind of gap to the try line that they were after. But now it looks like this one could be heating up in the second half. We have got Timoteo, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. He said, let's go. He is a happy man for Los Pumas at the moment. We have also got, if Wales get any space, they should make it close. If not, sneak a win as well. And I said your name wrong earlier on, so I do apologize. Is it Louise? Louise Burns. Hopefully I have said that correct, because earlier on I actually said, I think I said everything but Louise. And I went out to the kitchen after, and my mum was like, hey, Miss, you know it's Louise. And I was like, oh, that makes a bit of sense in that regard. And I said that I said everything but it on the live stream. Who's going to score the next try? Hopefully Wales as well. Said Ed Vogel. At this stage, they've almost got to be, or else could be going a little bit wrong here for the men who are wearing the red at home as well. You don't want to lose a game at home. It's going to be Williams, Tomas Williams, coming out onto the field there. And also Sheedy coming off the field, and that is going to be replaced by Evans now. We have also got in there, all right, I'm back in G-Wiz. If I hear one more person tell me Wales are the real deal after this is BKR Sport. And that's the thing. I was wondering where you ended up disappearing to. And I was thinking he will be very happy with the fact that you always back the Southern Hemisphere teams is your slogan. And boom, at this stage, Argentina doing decently, scoring a couple early tries, or an early try, and also scoring late in that first half as well. And we also got, what do you love about rugby? Said Melissa. I think it is just the factor of, I don't know. It's actually, I feel like I've never thought that deep about it. I just enjoy watching it. And I think from doing these live streams as well, it was kind of like I was doing rugby gaming for just a little bit. Rugby Challenge 4 is a game that came out. And me and George, we started playing a bit of that. And through playing that, I kind of ended up just watching a bit of Super Rugby Aotearoa. And I kind of realized from that, when I did my first Mitre 10 Cup live stream, that's going to be a backline here. Quick hands, and that's going to be almost a try, is it? No, he's held up. That is brilliantly done. Or is it? He is held up. He hasn't been able to get it down. And yeah, it's one of those ones that I think from doing the Mitre 10 Cup, which is kind of like the provincial level in New Zealand, I realized how much I love like kind of talking about the games with you guys in the chat, because it's kind of like having you guys all in the same room as me. And that regard, went to check out the tennis. Ash Barty is in the final. She's never won before, and it just started. Tell you what, that is going to be a decent chance for her then. In that regard, do keep us updated. I do enjoy hearing about other sports in the chat as well. Someone was mentioning about a match earlier on with Uganda, I believe it was. And they were leading, if I'm not wrong. And Lois. Oh, yes, sorry. She did say Lois. What did I say just before? Did I say Lois or did I not? I feel like I've confused myself. I think I may have said Lois, but I may have not said Lois. So it's in Lois Lane. Right, I will be sure to remember that as well. Nice try, says Birdie V. It was indeed, and this was great defense from Argentina. At this stage now, it is going to be in the situation of a 5-meter scrum for Wales. They need to score, and they need to score soon. So, Kiwi lads, Guru's moderator muted me, voicing silly opinion. So I'll give him silly answers as well. Says Millie Toilet. What moderator was that? Millie Toilet, do let me know. Portugal was on fire as well, says Nov Mum, and I started following rugby in 2011. See, that's the thing. Like, from these live streams as well, I learned so much more than just kind of watching the games, if that makes sense. Like, you guys know, like, a lot of information about rugby. Like, some of you guys have been watching it for decades, I believe. So it's one of those awesome ones that you guys all have your unique kind of, like, knowledge sets, and it does help me out with learning the game. All that is a good push from Argentina there. It's going to be claimed by Tomas Williams straight on the ball, though. Not quite able to get it there. And at this stage now, it is going to be Wales once again, going to be rolling around the side, trying to drive forward here for Wales. Are they going to be able to break the line? Are they going to be able to get this try that would get them back in the match? 49 minutes in at the moment. Going forward now, he's kind of making a couple meters, not making too many though. Going short side now. This is a good opportunity. Sells a bit of a dummy. Davis trying to use a bit of his power, but he is getting driven towards the touchline. Going back now once again. Oh, that's big hit. That's big contact, I should say, but there's going to be an advantage there. Going back now into the hands of the number 7, which in this one is James Botham. Little kick in behind here, an opportunity. Is it going to be taken nicely? No, not quite. Yes and a no. He dropped the ball there. It could have been Ross Moriarty who could have been scoring that one, but unfortunately didn't quite sit there nicely for him. Whoever's got in there as well. Interesting. 9 Portugal is doing the kicking as well. Says Novmum. Oh, it's going to be offside as the call. So because of it now, Argentina might be on their last warning once again. We also got, yeah, man, it's the Wimbledon final. And that's the thing. I haven't followed much sport other than like rugby over the last like little while, and I feel bad for it because I feel like I'm missing a lot of good stuff as well. We always got there. Yet Wales was in the 4th place in the Rugby World Cup 2019. I was Los Pumas in the Rugby World Cup 2019, says Ed as well. I couldn't even tell you. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. Oh, I can because I have the same thing every day. Did I say Louise? Yes, Lois is usually spelled this way as well. So I will remember Lois. And that looks like Nicolas Sanchez is going to be going off the field. The more you know me, the more you'll know, or the more you see world sport as well. Yeah, that's the thing. You follow pretty much every single thing from the Chicago Cubs. I hope they're from Chicago. That could be a deal breaker, couldn't it? But the Cubs, I will just call them the Cubs at this stage to save myself a little bit. And then you've been doing, went over to America, I believe, if I'm not wrong, a couple years ago. Maybe, if I'm not wrong, for the likes of the Chicago Blackhawks and all sorts. But now they are once again going to be close to the line here. Wales going to be driving only a metre short now. Who wants it? That is the big question for Wales, because at this stage they are only inches away from the line. Goes back now, offside advantage. Rollins wasn't able to get anything going because he was already met by the Argentine defence. They aren't back on the line at the moment. Tell you what, he's going to have to be careful because of the fact that he was getting extremely close to be an offside there, the number 1. Going out the back line now. Davis goes back. Quick hands. Number 11 now. Not able to find the offload and straight on the ball. But he hasn't quite been able to get it. Thomas Williams sells the dummy. It's a try, and it's going to be Will Rowland. Someone said to keep an eye on him at the start of this match, and he has just scored the try that may get Wales back into this match. We will be adding that one, and now it's going to be 11 to Wales, 30 to Argentina. We will add that one. I think they just said something about losing control, so I don't know whether that was for this one or whether that was for another one. We have also got saying he could name 20 wingers better than Rupini as well. Better than Rupini. I feel like I should know who Rupini is, but I've completely forgotten. Unfortunately, Achilles. Yes, I know Achilles indeed. I asked if he's willing for constructive criticism. He didn't mind. Then as soon as I'd started, he started crying as well. Great grab, considering the ball was thrown behind him. Yeah, he's done well there, Will Rowlands. And it's one of those ones that everyone is saying he is going to be an exciting one for the future. Oh, yeah, he's got that one there, the number 22, which means now that it is going to be converted. That was by Jared Evans, I believe. And now Wales right back in this match, only 7 points behind. We have got NBA Finals equals Suns in 4. As well, says Ed Vogel, do you think Kiwi lads will react to the Olympics, like the 100-metre final or any event where New Zealand are in the final, says David. That would be pretty cool to do, although I'm not sure how the copyright system goes for the Olympics. I feel like they would be extremely strict in that regard, unfortunately. But I guess I could try it on maybe the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, seeing as that is kind of the backup one, just in case this one does end up with that copyright strike. So I could try it, see how it goes, see all of the Kiwis get in the medals. That's the thing. That's going to be going on during the rugby that is on as well, if I'm not wrong. Like the British and Irish Lions tour, does that take place before or after the Olympics? I feel like I should know when it is. I feel like it's not that far away, if I'm not wrong. And we haven't got in there, consider grabbing, I read that one. And also, hi from Rural Lads, Kiwi Lads Rules. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And it is the Chicago Cubs. That saved me big time. I feel like if I did get that wrong, you may have never talked to me again. We have got TVC data. Unfortunately, due to licensing, I won't be able to show it, but I am watching it on Sky Go, which is the New Zealand option. Also, I believe it is on Stan Sports or maybe KO in Australia. But other than that, maybe Rugby Pass might have it as well. We have got, do you watch Motor 10 Cup? I do enjoy watching that one, and I am going to be following it this year as well. I might even do some live streams for it. I feel like it's one of those ones that there may not be as big of a following as Super Rugby or anything like that, but it's still a very good chance for me to be able to practice kind of learning these guys, and also, kind of seeing where all of these guys in Super Rugby kind of come from in terms of the provincial areas. Time with Japan is good, man. Olympics will be out at a great time for us as well, says BKR Sport, and also favourite Mitre 10 Cup team, says Ed Vogel. Once again, I'm pretty impartial normally. I do quite like watching, I'd say, I mean, Tasman had quite a few good players last year, the likes of Will Jordan Christie, Havili, Talia. They had like a lot of good ones there. So I feel like I started following them a little bit. Also, Auckland wasn't too bad with the likes of Salisi Rayasi, Rieko Ioane, although Rieko Ioane wasn't actually there for most of the season. Now that I think about it, because of the All Blacks duties, that one's going to be a penalty here to Argentina just outside of the 22 of Wales. And if I was them, I would possibly look at taking the 3, get you back outside of the 3 points, or sorry, the 7 points. Bro, totalizer, Wales 32 and 23 to Argentina. Tell you what, if that did happen, I would be very impressed indeed. You know what? It could be the case. Wales in this one have been looking decent. Like overall in the later stages of this match, when they've had the attack, like they were very lucky, or very unlucky, I should say, not to be able to score early on in the second half when it was the Argentine defence that just managed to stop them. But now I believe it is going to be kicked by Nicolas Sanchez if he's still out there. Yes, he is. Must have come back. And we have got in there, do you like sevens? Because I feel like streaming sevens for a full day will be tough unless you have multiple people chatting on stream. I mean, I am pretty keen on sevens. I don't know many of the players, to be fair, but I feel like it's one of those ones that I feel like I enjoy learning. Sanchez has missed that one a little bit out to the left there. Yeah, I feel like I enjoy watching and learning about the players just as much as I enjoy like doing the commentary side of it at the same time. So I feel like it could be quite a fun thing to do, doing a full day of sevens. Perhaps thoughts on Neil Mape playing in France. I feel like it was the right opportunity for him. Like, he seemed like he wasn't going to be getting a good deal here in New Zealand. So he was like, right, I want to earn some money so that I can support my family. So he was like, I mean, you got to feel like that is the right option for him there. But yeah, New Zealand rugby, maybe number 12 could be a little bit tricky there. Although they've got Havili and also they have got now Quintupaya, who I feel like could be a good one as well. David Davis has said, just admit you are a fan of the mighty Bay of Plenty. I mean, I do quite enjoy watching them play. I'll be honest, like Teddy Black and Tatara Tahurangi linking up, I feel like are two players that are very good to see kind of playing against each other, or playing with each other. Sorry, that's a wide ball. But of course, Teddy Black going to France. No, sorry, he's going to Japan. So he won't be there anymore. Actually, now when I think about it, that's going to be a penalty there. And that is going to be now Argentina has got the penalty advantage. Going to be now Kubeli going short side. Goes to Pablo Matera on the inside with a big fend as well. Pablo Matera, little chip. He has almost been taken out there, though. And I believe he is. Okay, they are going back for the holding on penalty there. And we haven't got lots of time at this stage. We are sitting at 56 and a half minutes into this match. They are saying that Pablo Matera threw himself through the air there like an Italian striker, which is a decent analogy. Thoughts on Lima Sapawanga being back in New Zealand? Who is he playing for, Ed? Because I know that I feel like George in this situation. Wait up, I'm just going to see what happened to Pablo Matera. He does a little chip. And then from there, the commentators are ripping Pablo Matera a new one at the moment for that dive in that one. But we have also got, yeah, it's an interesting one. George said that Lima Sapawanga, he considers one of the worst premiership signings in history as well. Can you please update scorecard? Sorry, I am 2 points behind, aren't I? I will quickly update it. And I think I might have to update it as well because it may be a kick here for Nicolas Sanchez. But 13 for Wales at the moment. Argentina, if Nicolas Sanchez gets this one, they will be sitting decently. No, hit the post. So they are still going to be sitting on 20 points there for Argentina. 2 kicks in a row that he has been missing. And we have also got in there big ass spot as they're going to head off big UFC to 64 stream tomorrow, followed by Warriors versus Sharks. Have a good one, you too, mate. And good luck with your streams tomorrow. Hopefully they do go well, mate. Score is 2-13, or 20-13 as well. Zed Birdie, and thank you, Sis, for now. No worries. Sorry for being a little bit slack with that one. I feel like I've ended up going kind of off topic a little bit in this live stream. But it is a late night one, so I feel like I can be slightly excused, but I feel like I should still be doing it a little bit more smoother. We have also got my husband called me. I thought he's the first time I read that, I thought that said my husband called me a tractor, but my husband called me a traitor because I said Portugal would win, and that is based on the head-to-head wins as well. Or you better hope they don't, or else he will be very disappointed indeed. So at this stage, what is the score in that match? Mum, do let me know. But at this stage now, they are also going to have another man running out onto the field, and it's going to be the man in the number 19 jersey, Thomas Levanini. Levanini. It's a pronunciation at this stage. And tell you what, Guido Petty is still out there, even though he has got his nose mask. He is still out there putting in a shift for the boys. That is for sure. But at this stage now, one of those kicks needed to go over for Argentina. Had to have just that little bit more of a bit of an edge in this game. But at this stage, only 7 points. That's the difference. If it's a draw, it's just a draw, isn't it? 21-0 to Portugal. 25 minutes left. Oh, that's not good at this stage. Hopefully, the Netherlands can get a few points on the board soon. Kubeli goes back now, and it's going to be straight away Lavanini. Get in that carry. They are saying he's 6'7". He is a big individual. Julian Montoya trying to drive the legs, but he has been tackled there now. Kubeli goes back. Goes to Guido Petty once again, getting another carry. No hands in the breakdown there for Wales. Nicolas Sanchez sells the big dummy, drops there, but he is tackled hard. At the stage 5 phases for Argentina, Los Pumas trying to find their way to the try line one more time, at least in this match, to be able to secure the win. Going to be a big sell of the dummy for the man in the number 11 jersey, which in this one is actually, I believe it is Santiago Cordero. We haven't actually seen too much of him throughout this match so far. Time, says King. At this stage, we are sitting 59 minutes and 45 seconds, so 60 minutes into this game. At this stage, almost a little knock on. No, Argentina now. Out the back line, Pablo Montero with the low look pass. Out into the hands of the man out on the wing, almost driven into touch. Yes, he is. And now it is going to be a line out for Wales. We have also got, my original score was 23-16. Oh, tell you what, you could actually be right there. Although I don't know whether Wales might look at taking a 3-pointer here, depending on how late it is in the game that they get it. So it might be very close. We have also got Argentina, says Smithy Toilet, and also should there be 6 club on Super Rugby NZ. It's a hard one because of the fact I feel like it's one of those ones that where would you base it out of? Like I always think of maybe like the South Island, they would love another team, but I'm not too sure where you could have. I know someone mentioned like maybe a West Coast team, but at this stage, it's interesting. I think at this stage with the way that the competition is going to be set out, like with the 12 teams next year, it is going to be quite a nice format, but I am looking forward to seeing Fiji, Drua, and Moana Pacifica. Where would you base one out of, Ed, out of curiosity? If you were in charge, where would you have it? How to make an excuse to come over, or had to make an excuse to come over to this stream as well, says Smithy Toilet. That one has been kicked high, and it is going into touch. Wait, did he ban you, or did he just mute you? Smithy Toilet, do let me know. And we also got in there, greetings from Malaysia, 27 degrees, 9:30, raining for 4 hours, says MH Troy. That is a little while. Currently in New Zealand, we are sitting 1:30 a.m., 1 degrees, and my stream now says that apparently we aren't running as smoothly as we once were, which is not what we like to see, of course. We do love to see a nice, smooth running stream, but at this stage, I think it has dropped to not being as smooth as it possibly could be. I do apologize for that in advance if it is lagging up a little bit. I don't know what to do about it at this stage, unfortunately. It did it to me one other time as well, which was rather unfortunate, but now it is going to be in the hands of the man in the number 23. Currently 40 metres out here for Wales. Like as well, says the King. Thank you very much, mate. I assume that is that you left a like. That's a little kick in behind, but it's going to be taken nicely by Nicolas Sanchez under a lot of pressure now. But he has been tackled there. But I do see we are actually sitting on a total of 25 likes. So thank you all very much for hitting that like button. 61% of you have said that Argentina will be the side that will win this match. So we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. I'll like the video as well. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. And the internet has decided that it doesn't want to lag anymore, which is brilliant. Last time it happened, it did take about, I'd say it took up about 50 minutes of the stream, and it just wouldn't sort itself out, but the ball is out now. Wales once again going to be on the attack. Ross Moriarty, a little offload. And now it's going to be, once again, Turnbull with the ball in hand. Kick in behind there. Williams looking for the space. Seen it as well. Going to be bouncing up nicely here for the man in the number 13 jersey, which in this one is Matthias Maroney. Oh, it's taken almost nicely by Thomas Williams, but he has got it just inside of his 22 now. Are they going to return fire here? Wales looks like they are. He's going to kick it high. He's going to chase it hard as well. Looking for that ball taken by Sanchez, who is met by that man in the number 14 jersey, Jonah Holmes. It is still play on as well at this stage. The game has become a bit of a territory one. It is currently 63 minutes through, Donald, as well. And that one is kicked out on the full from the man in the number 13 jersey, Maroney, which means now Wales have got another opportunity from around halfway, and they do have the man advantage as well. There was a red card earlier on in the match. That was to Juan Cruz Malia. And then there has been one yellow card also per team. That was in the scrum, and the referee pretty much said, look, you boys aren't getting the scrum right. You can hop off the field. And so at this stage, we have got 14 versus 15 out there on the field. But now it's going to be Thomas Williams with the flat ball now. Beautifully passed to Jonathan Davies, who is driving for man, almost tackled without the ball there. But at this stage now, Williams once again goes back to the man in the number 22 jersey, Evans. Nice little backline movement here is going to be. Holmes down the wing now. Straight on the ball is one of the Pumas players, not able to get it, but now it is going to be in the hands of the Pumas. And it is the man in the number 13 jersey who was able to get it. This one's an awkward one. It's a penalty, though, to Argentina. And they have got very lucky once again, 5 metres out from their own line. They have been able to win that penalty. And at this stage, it looks like the number 11, Santiago Cordero, has been busted open on the cheekbone. Hey, as well from Kyle. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Currently late night here in New Zealand, 1:30 a.m. But yeah, at this stage, this game's looking relatively close. It has been back and forth between these two sides. And it has been a pretty entertaining one so far, even though it was relatively low scoring. You know that it's going to come down to the wire. They are showing Marcos Crema there. He has had a decent game so far. It's one of those ones that we probably haven't seen him as much as you probably think you have. He's kind of one of those players who just gets about the business, just does what he needs to out on the field, and then goes home afterwards. Probably pretty sore the next day with how much he has done, but now it is going to be a replacement in the front row. And it's going to be Elias coming out onto the field, and that's actually going to be for the number 7. I think I saw there, but actually it is going to be for D going out there. They are making 2 subs, both of them coming off the field. Basham coming on the field. And now it is going to be Argentina kicking this one downfield to the touchline. Going to have this line out about 30 out from their own line here. And they will be hoping that they can build a bit of an attack and get down to the half of the Welsh. But if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, we had a huge amount of support on the live streams earlier on today. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. Also, leave a vote on that poll for what you think the score in this match, or who you think is going to win this match. At the moment, Argentina leading that poll by just a little bit more. So whether or not that will be the case at the end of the game, we will have to wait and see. Kubeli there, kicking that one high off the rolling maul. Straight into the hands of Jonah Holmes. Bounce pass there. Goes into the hands now of Amos now. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful backline here for Wales. They have kicked it in behind. There's a huge amount of space back there. Is it going to be bouncing awkwardly? Is it going into touch there? Nicholas Sanchez, he had to kick it into touch. That is a kick and a half. He was only a couple meters out from his line. No choice but to kick that one into touch. Is Halfpenny playing for Wales? He actually ended up, unfortunately, getting injured in the last match. It was his 100th match up against Canada, and his first run, he unfortunately ended up in that situation of getting injured. And that looks like Jonathan Davis there. So I hope he is not injured as well, because, he was nailed in the tackle, though. And straight away, I think it was maybe the groin or something. Yeah, looked like he did feel, he kind of got his groin split there, like the bloody wishbone on a chicken. But we have also got in there as well, and sub, as well, says King, and we have got Melissa said, if I'm not mistaken, if Argentina win by 16 points, Argentina and Wales will switch places on the Rugby World list. Argentina is currently at 9 and Wales at 7, says Melissa. I didn't actually know that. I feel like I need to start following the rugby rankings a little bit more. But that is a very fun fact. So 16 points. So at this stage, they are leading. So they'll need to try and something here, a penalty, and then a try would actually get them that 16 points. They would be on 17. So that would be interesting, them being able to move up there. It's weird, because of the fact that at the time of the Rugby World Cup kind of draw, I believe Wales were actually sitting 4th, maybe, if I'm not wrong. Could be wrong in that regard, though. But I think they were sitting right up there. So it's going to be interesting to see where they are sitting after this game, if Argentina are going to be able to get that one. But Jonathan Davis looks like he's staying out on the field, playing Rugby Challenge as well, in the hospital bed, as well, says Smithy Toilet. Playing Rugby Challenge as well in the hospital bed. Oh, okay. I thought that was you, Smithy Toilet, and I was thinking, hang on, when did this happen? But I realized that Lee Halfpenny, unfortunately, the injury last week. 28 likes, smash that like button and subscribe if you are new, says Birdie. And at this stage, we are getting close to that 30 likes, which is hugely appreciated on this live stream. It has been a late night one here in New Zealand, but I have still thoroughly enjoyed the match. Hope you guys have been enjoying the commentary as well. And at this stage, Wales, they aren't finished fighting. Looks like it's going to be a good rolling maul. Going to be Ryan Elias at the back now. And it is slowly creeping forward. It's going to be Thomas Williams off the back now. Only a couple metres short here for Wales. Can they get over the line and make it an even playing field? Going to be now Turnbull, but that almost was stolen by Argentina. Going to be Ross Moriarty. Lost all momentum there. And that carry. Now it's going to be the man in the number 17 jersey, Gareth Thomas. Gareth Thomas was the man who had that carry. We're on the side once again. Wales driven sideways. This is great defence from the Pumas. They need to make sure they stay onside, though. He is creeping up, and it is an offside. Unfortunately, advantage against them. Thomas Williams now goes back now. Wide ball. It's beautiful. No, it's a knock on. And it is going to be, I think it's going to be a penalty try, is it? Or is it going to be, or they're going upstairs? Are they going to say it's a deliberate knockdown? That's a big question. 23-16. Score prediction as well, says Smithy Toilet. You're not a mile off at this stage. Only 14 minutes to go. Could be somewhere near it, unless, of course, this is awarded as a penalty try. Then all of a sudden, you're in that situation. Oh, I had an air bubble. I've been talking that much today. I feel like I end up like breathing very heavily, like sucking in air, and then I end up just kind of like, that's, SpongeBob. That's a weird analogy. Oh, that you're going to see whether or not this was a knock on, I think. It's going to be interesting. Is that going to be a try, perhaps? We're waiting to see. Unfortunately, at the wrong time, mine is frozen here, so it's just deciding. Not a deliberate knock-on is the call. And we always got, is there any other live stream coming soon? I am going to be doing the Lions versus the British and Irish, the British and Irish Lions versus the Sharks game. That is going to be kicking off at 4 a.m. That is going to be the next one that I will be doing. Okay, so offside is going to be the end call in that situation. But it is going to be a penalty to Wales. Only 5 metres out now, and they have taken the quick tap. They want to get over that try line. Going to be the man in the number 20 jersey, which I believe is Basham. Once again, around this side, the number 17, Gareth Thompson. Or Gareth Thomas. I did that last time as well. They look like they're just going to keep on going around the side here. The forwards of Wales possibly look at shifting it wide once again if they do get another advantage. That was almost half a yawn, but also half a just me completely confused. Now it's going to be back. Turnbull once again getting closer so far. Oh, I bit my tongue. The Pumas. I'm all over the place. And at this stage, this might be considered. It's going to be held up. Only a metre short of the line, and now because of it, it does mean that it is going to be a scrum feed for Argentina. Are you going to stay up till then or going to take a nap? I think I'll end up staying up because if I take a nap, I won't be able to wake myself back up for that game. Roosters 22-16 over the Bulldogs tonight. I did see that it was a controversial end to the match. I have heard apparently a player, he did end up running around for a little bit of a while and then, went to ground eventually for the end of the game. So I'm not too sure what happened there. I might have to see a replay of it. But at this stage, 12 minutes left in this game, not long left at all. And they are doing very decently here. To anyone who is wondering, also, I will not be covering the England versus Canada game. That is going to be kicking off at 2 a.m. New Zealand time in 21 minutes, purely because of the fact I haven't actually made a thumbnail or anything like that. And I should probably have some food at some stage. But now it is going to be the man in the number 18 jersey, Leon Brown, going to get an opportunity straight away to be busy because it is going to be a scrum. And 5 metres out from their own line here, Los Pumas trying to clear their lines. As soon as the yawns start coming in, normally it's not ideal. Also, what does your day look like from morning to night, says Kyle? Pretty much at this stage, with the amount of rugby we've had on, I get up. Oh, that one's getting stuck into that one for Argentina. They're not going to be able to get the ball, or are they? Yes, he has done very well there. Bruni to be able to get that ball out from that scrum because it was stuck in the front row. And that's going to be a penalty to Wales. Going to be taking it quickly here. Thomas Williams, they jumped all over him there, Los Pumas, to stop him from going quickly. And crawling is the call there. That is a big mistake from the Pumas. But yeah, pretty much what I do is I normally get up and then from there I kind of record and edit. And then normally it's nighttime. And then I go back to sleep and do it again the next day. Which normally, although on a live stream day, I guess I kind of end up doing a bit more of the kind of doing the live streams as well, I guess I should mention. But then at this stage, how many minutes left? Says James Noonan. At this stage, we are looking at 11 minutes left in this match. Only 7 points difference. And at this stage, 7 or so meters out, I guess you could also say, for Wales from the line. There's going to be Domingo Miotti coming on the field for Nicholas Sanchez, a man who had a decent Super Rugby Trans-Tasman season for the Western Force. We have also got in there, we have got Wellington States 103, Manawatu Jets 80 in the NZ basketball. So that is a good result for them, winning by that 23 points. Yeah, I feel like I still need to follow one of their games. Do they have them on Sky? Jeffrey, do let me know. Or are they more of the slightly lower level, I guess you could say, but not really. Will you be streaming the England versus Canada? I wish I could, but I am going to be probably ending up cooking some food during that time so that I can have a snack before the match between the British and Irish Lions and the Sharks. That one's going to be an advantage now for Wales, and the momentum is shifting. That's going to be another penalty. And now at this stage, do they take it quickly? They're only 5 meters out. I don't know where these yawns are coming from. I miss your Rugby Challenge live streams, says Kyle. I actually, throughout the week, I thought of it on Thursday that I hadn't done one midweek. And I realized at that stage that I said that I was hopefully going to be able to do one. But at this stage also, hopefully, we had a couple little changes midweek that we were going to be trying to work on. So hopefully next week, this week coming up, I can get an opportunity to do a bit of a Rugby Challenge one, because I do miss them as well. I haven't done a Dream Matches one in a very long time, and Argentina sounds good as well, says Oldie. At the moment, defensively, they've been pretty solid a few meters out from their line, only letting Wales over once, but the discipline, once again, they've had a red card, and also they have had maybe around 10 penalties against them, so they've got to be very careful that they don't end up with another yellow card, as they have already had one in this match as well. Otago Saints play Otago Nuggets at TSB Arena in Wellington on Monday night at 7:30 p.m. And come on, Argies as well, says Smithy Toilet. At this stage, Wales have them under a huge amount of pressure. Ross Moriarty off the back of the scrum. Now it's going to be Thomas Williams. He steps and he scores the try. And now Wales are going to be right back in this match. We're going to be back to an even playing field by the looks of it. If this kick does go over, there we go. We will update that. Thomas Williams scoring his first try of the match, coming off the bench, replacing the man who was in the number 9 jersey, which was Kieran Hardy, who got hit hard earlier, but that was a beautiful step there. Sold him the wrong way. And Thomas Williams, he is able to score the try. Massive step there, going straight through the gap. Number 21 for Argentina, which in this one is Gonzalo Bertrano, just not able to stop him there. Oh, he always got try, says Bertie V. Tell you what, the commentators, they are well and truly behind Wales, aren't they? I just heard you little beauty as well. This kick, he has got it, and now the score is going to be 20-all in this match between Argentina and Wales now, with the 7 or 8.5 minutes left now in this match. Could go either way. It's going to be a very exciting finish indeed. We have also didn't Sharks already play the British and Irish Lions, or am I tripping? They actually did, but because of the postponement of the Bulls versus British and Irish Lions game that was going to be tonight, they have decided that they are going to play the Sharks again, just to keep them kind of active, I guess you could say. So yeah, it is going to be the Sharks versus British and Irish Lions rematch from Wednesday night, or Wednesday morning, or Thursday morning, depending on when it was. I think it was Thursday morning. And we have also got South Africa, British and Irish Lions versus Sharks game is done as well in South Africa. Sorry, says EG. Yeah, they played it on Thursday morning, New Zealand time, but then they are going to have the rematch because of the cancellation of the Bulls game. And not the cancellation, but the postponement. The stage Argentina, the halfback, under a lot of pressure, Bertrano, but he has been getting back to his feet, not out yet. At the stage, 40 meters out now. Argentina trying to look for the next points, and that's going to be stolen though. But it is going to be going back for a penalty. Offside is the call. Right, Nicholas Sanchez, he hasn't been able to kick too well today, unfortunately for him, but he is no longer on the field. It is going to be Domingo Miotti. Does he have the distance required? Sal's NZ NBL basketball finals is being played at Te Raupaha Arena in Porirua, as well, says Jeffrey Fockett. And also we have got, it's always awesome when both teams are all leveled up. Definitely with only 7 minutes to go, it does make it extremely intense for us. And I am a neutral in this game. I'm not going for Argentina or Wales, but at this stage, going to be a very close finish. And it's going to be Facundo Bosch coming out onto the field now. That is going to be replacing Julian Montoya. Whoever's got a sweet go. Argentina, come on, Wales. Says EG as well, and also 2020, all between Argentina and Wales as well, says Joseph. Domingo Mayotti, he is stepping up now. He has decided that this is the opportunity to kick it at the post. First kick of the match, 43 meters out. Can he get it to take the lead back for Argentina? Looks like a beautiful day there at the moment. Can he do it? Domingo Mayotti had a decent season with the boot in Super Rugby Trans 7, but did miss a few. Oh, he's missed it, unfortunately. There was someone in the crowd who yelled out, I think, something very offensive when he was about to kick that one. But Domingo Mayotti, that is the third missed kick for the Argentine side in this match, the Pumas. Wasn't sure what that noise was. But now at this stage, it is going to be Argentina. That is a huge kick downfield just outside of the 22. Domingo Mayotti going to be returning it high. It's being chased hard as well now. Taken beautifully by Amos once again. He has had a very good game so far. Now it's going to be Thomas Williams. Goes across field, kicked him on. Nothing kick though. And now it is going to be kicked back high by the man in the number 13 jersey. That's gone a mile in the air. But it is taken beautifully by Thomas Williams now. He has tackled low. Now across field now. Wales have got a backline opportunity here. Flings it wide now out into the hands of the number 16, which in this one is Ryan Elias. He is driven backwards in the tackle. What's your cat name in the background? What's your cat's name in the background, Hamish? His name is Billy. And yeah, he has been asleep pretty much all day in the background of these live streams. Come on, Wales as well. Says EG, and so we go Argentina, says Smithy Toilet. This one, 5 minutes left in this one. Oh no, he's blown that one, unfortunately. Santiago Cordero decided to try and take that one, and unfortunately ended up kind of getting a little bit too close to the touchline. And then unfortunately ended up pushing it over the sideline. Jockey Jamie Carr nailed the century at Caulfield, 100 wins as well, says Jeffrey Fockert. I feel like that would be quite hard to do for a jockey. That would have taken a long time. How many years did it take him to be able to do that, Jeffrey? Do let me know. At the stage, 4 minutes left in this match. Elias goes to the front now. Wales, you would say, after a couple missed opportunities for Argentina, perhaps they have the momentum, but Madeira is going to take it straight back. Pablo Madeira, is he? No, not quite able to get over the ball, and it was actually the man on the number 8 jersey. They've got an overlap once again now. Going to be Amos once again driving forward. Argentina almost flop it over the ball. They can't afford to give away a penalty here, or else that could be the game for them. Thomas Williams once again goes back now. Goes back. Beautiful backline here for Wales. Going out into the hands of Jonah Holmes. He has been tackled low though. And at this stage, only 3.5 minutes left. It is going to be a final minute point for either of these sides if they can get the win here. But we will have to wait and see who it is going to be. Thomas Williams now goes across field. Nice little offload. Tompkins there, tackled hard. And it's going to be a penalty to Argentina. And this one isn't over. First woman in Melbourne nailed the century as well, says Jeffrey Fockert. So you know a lot about sports, like in terms of sports. Like you probably know quite a bit about rugby at the same time, but in terms of the racing as well, you know it pretty well. Also basketball. Are there any other sports that you do follow alongside those two? And also we have got Dodge. I'll be back. As I said, BDG, what is the time at this stage? We are sitting 77 minutes into this game, mate. And it is currently 20 all. It's going to come down to the final moments of this game. Argentina, they have missed 3 kicks so far today. And 30 likes, smash that like button, says BDV. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is very much appreciated. Everything, says Jeffrey Fockert. So he just follows every sport under the sun. And also, says BDG. I imagine that is how you are saying it as well. The player of the match is the man in the number 15 jersey. Amos, he does deserve it. Has had a very good game. But that was a word at the back of the rolling maul now for Argentina. Okay, has gone down. Little offload back now. Going short side. It is going to be young 21 for them, which in this one, I've forgotten his name again, but it is Gonzalo Bertrano is the pronunciation of that one. Bertrano once again getting this ball going. Flat ball. Only 2 minutes left now. Go Argentina. 3 minutes more only to go. So it says MH2. I tell you what, it's going to be going down to the absolute way, and no one wants to give away a penalty. Pablo Madeira driving forward. Goes back now. They are saying that they'll be looking for a kickable position. I think they've got to look for the try. They've missed 3 kicks so far in this match. They can't afford to miss another one. Bruni there, driving forward. Oh, Miotti going high. Oh, beautifully taken. That was by Jonah Holmes, and now it's a counter-attack from Wales now. I'm almost losing my voice already. Unfortunately, we've done a lot of live streams today. Go Wales, go. Says EG as well. Argentina, come on. Says BDG, go Argentina. 3 more minutes to go as well. And at this stage, it's going to be going down to the final moment if Argentina has no red card. Says BK Sport. I thought you had gone to sleep, but welcome back, mate. And yeah, at this stage, who knows how it could have gone. That was a nothing kick from Domingo Mayotte, and now it's going to be Amos, the man who got the man of the match. And he is running sideways here. Amos, he is lined up by Pablo Matera, drives him backwards. And it is going to be an offside penalty to Wales. And now it is a kickable penalty. It was the man, I believe that is Choco Perez, possibly, who was offside. Is this going to be the game? Goosebumps when time's running out, says Prashant Singh. And at this stage now, 40 seconds left in this match. And it's going to be Jared Evans, who has got this kick, was going to sleep, but decided to check out all the other rugby streamers in the community as well, says BKR Sport. Check your DM. I message you on Insta as well, says BKR Sport. I will check it in a very short moment, although I assume, is that a message? Oh, yes, you did. I haven't actually read it out loud, but I will read it after the live stream as well. Wales, come on. Says Etienne. Oh, no, it's EG. I keep on saying Etienne, sorry. But we have also got there Wales. Wales, this is a kicking opportunity. I'm feeling weird right now, says BDG. This is the kicking opportunity for Jared Evans to line this kick up for the win. Oh, he's hit it to the side, and the ball hasn't gone out. So now it's going to be an attacking run from Pablo Matera. It's almost selling a bit of a dummy there, Pablo Matera. That was not a smart move. He's off his feet in Argentina now. Another opportunity. So that is the first missed kick for Wales in this match, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Going back, and they are going to take the draw. And that is going to have a big boo. Did I read it aloud? Says BK Sport. I have learned from the last one. We have got Game 3 State of Origin. Queensland versus New South Wales is now going to be played on the Gold Coast as well. And Argentina, come on, says BDG. But in this match, it is going to be 20 to Argentina, 20 to Wales. The team's going to be split, unfortunately, for them. They both had their opportunities. 3 missed kick for Argentina, 1 missed kick at the end for Wales. But it does now mean 20 to 20. And the next match is going to be interesting. EG has said it's fine as well. And glory of victory be with Argentina in this match. Go Argentina, says Mate Choi. And Argentina, come on, and hell of a match, says BDG. Yeah, it was extremely close. And that's the thing with the yellow card as well. Who won? Says Boogie TV. It is a draw. There was a kicking opportunity for Jared Evans for Wales in the 80th minute. Did hit it a little bit to the side, and then from there they decided to kick that one out rather than taking the risk. The England match is about to kick off as well at this stage. England taking on, I believe they are going to be taking on, who are they taking on? They are taking on Canada in this match as well. I feel like I'm going to end up watching this game now, but I feel like if I end up watching this one, I will not have any food, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, at this stage now, it's going to be interesting. It was a very close match indeed. What happens if it is full-time and a draw? It just counts as a draw in the history books because of the fact that it isn't part of any kind of competition. I know a lot of them had kind of like extra point or golden point, but since it is just that international match, it is a draw, and now they are going to be playing off next week. So that will decide who is going to be the winner of the series, I guess you could call it, if it's a 2-match series. And also we have got a draw for a great game as well, says MH Choi. And we have also got who won, says Liwai. Liwai? Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly, but it is just a straight draw in this matchup. No one is the winner. It is, well, I guess everyone's a winner, I guess you could say, because both sides, it is a complete draw. Oldie says draw as well. Thank you, Kiwi Lad, says MH Choi, and congrats on 3K. Have a good one as well, says BDG. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciate it. Hey, Hamish, brother. As well, says Smithy Toilet. You went a mile off with that score prediction, Smithy, and I wonder, is it 50-50 in the poll? No, it's not. It is 65% for Argentina. I was going to say, if I went on that poll and it was completely split 50-50, that would have been pretty awesome. Remember to feed Billy. I always do. He sometimes is a hungry pussycat, but only for a little moment. Normally, he lets me know when he is hungry as well, but I think he had food in between the All Blacks, Fiji, and also this game just now. We're listening to Canada. Go Canada. I feel like, I don't know, maybe can they get an upset over England? I don't think so, but they'll have a decent crack as well. He also got in there. Oh, he is just waking up now. He's stirring. Is he ready? He looks like he was about to sneeze. Yeah, at this stage, racing today, Te Aroa and also Addington, Harness and Manukau Dogs. As I said, Jeffrey Fockwood, and why did Argentina kick it out? They were only 5 meters out from their own line. So they decided it was more risky to try and run it out from their own kind of in-goal area rather than trying to take the risk of going the full length of the field. Because I feel like if it was a final or anything like that, maybe they would have tried it. Is that Owen Franks? No, it's not. It's some Canadian prop, I think. He looked a lot like Owen Franks. Who was that player? I'm going to have a look. That was a beautiful national anthem for Canada there. And we have also got in there, Yo Hamish, did you sing a national anthem with pride? And my cat, he is looking at you as if, what are you on about? But yeah, no, I actually didn't end up singing it with pride because I was currently talking the whole way through it as well at the end of the game. As well, says Jack. Yeah, it was pretty much because of the fact that they had just given away a penalty and they didn't want to risk giving away another penalty. I believe it is actually Jake Ilnicki was the man who I thought it looked like him. They're singing God Save the Queen at the moment on the rugby here. We have also got forehand on chest while looking up to the roof as well, says Smithy Toilet. And we also got when it was 23-16 as well, says Smithy Toilet. And no, a draw, says Betty. Yep, completely even. Who wins the Euro football? I think it is Italy, England, if I'm not wrong, which I could be in that regard. But it's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people want to say that it is going to be coming home to England, but we will have to wait and see. At this stage, I'm just having a look through the English lineup. I haven't actually ended this live stream yet, which I feel like I'm possibly getting close to when I possibly should, because of the fact that the match is over and England are about to kick off in this one. But Alice Genge, Jamie Blameyer, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, Joe Hayes, Harry Wells, Charlie Yules, Lewis Ludlow, Alex Dombrandt, and Sam Underhill as the... I feel like I'm just going to start commentating this game if I'm not careful. It looks like a decent backline, though. Marcus Smith, Harry Randall, Henry Slade as well. But yeah, nice one. Nice, fun game to watch. Come on, Italians, says Jeffrey Fockwood. As well, God save our gracious team as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I think I am going to be ending this live stream. I will be back for the match between the British and Irish Lions and the Sharks. It is the rematch between those two sides since the last one. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope you did enjoy. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we will be back very soon. But thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next one.